Hello, and welcome to the Off Topic Podcast.
Oh,
Joining me
I was better than him.
is your host, Michael Jones.
Hey,
I am Jeff Ramsey. This is Alfredo Diaz and Michael's little friend. This episode is sponsored by 23andMe, Audible, and Movement Watches.
You got it.
damn.
Yeah, I'm fucking
Nice, dude.
Nailed it.
professional as dicks.
What he wants to be.
Who are we missing?
Lindsay. I don't think
yeah.
she could do the run and jump and dash
Let's-
in like that.
Not make the you pick up a chair.
You just smash in and dash in.
Hooligan.
That was
So we were trying to squeeze in a
Smash Brothers.
little Smash Brothers Let's Play before the podcast, and we did it.
Which one is this of all the? Is the fifth
This is
one?
off topic.
Fifth. Oh yes, yeah, Smash 5.
Fair play.
1 was good. I was like, wow, this is a cool game. And then 2 came out, Melee, awesome game, fucking phenomenal.
On GameCube?
GameCube.
That was the one I played.
Brawl came out on the Wii, piece of shit. It was not good.
What was bad about it?
Yeah.
It's just like, it was very different.
I thought that was the one people played like professionally and
No,
stuff,
no,
right?
that was Melee. That was the one at GameCube, and then
Melee wasn't
So
the
there were no
mainstream
brawl
pro
tournaments or
scene.
anything?
I mean, sure
There
they
were.
were, but
Yeah.
they
Kicked it off.
sucked.
It seems like everything on the Wii U, they just messed with it a bit.
Well,
They
and then the
just
Wii U
changed
one was
it a bit.
okay. Well, that was the Wii.
The Wii one was shit.
Brawl
so-
was a piece of shit.
What was the
I'll
Wii U
say
one?
it. Wii U, I think they just called it Super Smash Brothers. Like they just did that thing where like, whatever. I don't even think it had a name. I think it was called Smash 4.
There was a
That's what it
DS
called.
version too, right?
Well, there was a DS, and that's what people are pissed about that because it's the exact same game. It came out on the DS like a month or 2 before Wii U, and it was just for them to be like, buy it twice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the
But, like,
exact same thing?
It's the exact same game. Exact
Still.
same levels,
That is
characters,
Nintendo to
everything.
me. It's like,
Yeah.
And, like,
here's Mario,
I don't know.
buy him every year for the rest of your life.
It's true, but this was buy them 2 months apart, and
Yeah.
for some reason it's very like smashy, you know, like, and it just didn't work
buttons,
right
yeah.
on the 3DS.
You can't
It's
smash
not like,
away
it's too
on
finicky.
a 3DS compared to a Pro
Funny you say
controller.
that, Jeff. Like, there's an internet meme about Nintendo being the friend that's constantly reinventing themselves, but you love them so much that you stick with them. Through.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
Then the Wii U one was pretty good. I don't remember people like disliking it, like Brawl. Like, people hated Brawl.
I mean,
But,
one woman's
like,
opinion
nobody-
here, Brawl was fine.
Brawl was not
fine.
Brawl
you
was
just had
not.
to use the the GameCube controllers instead of using the Wiimote.
Which one had Snake?
Brawl was not fine. It's a piece of shit.
Which one had Solid Snake?
I think they added him to Wii U.
That one was my jam.
I think people
would
just-
set a mine on the opposite side and then just
I think
go on
just
the other
didn't give a
side
shit about the Wii U.
and set it off.
But now since Switch is like huge,
Yeah.
people are freaking over this one.
Ultimate,
So this one's
right?
called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
It seems fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Looks
chaotic.
nice.
I don't want to spoil the Let's Play, but I won.
You won our hearts
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
minds.
I hit a milestone this morning, Michael. I'm really
that?
excited about.
What's up? What do you got?
I put on my pants this morning,
Oh yeah?
and they fell down.
No,
Nice.
nice.
I'm too skinny for my pants now.
Gotta wear a belt.
That's nice.
Yeah, I am wearing a belt today. I usually do it anyway, but I haven't put it
Yeah.
on yet. Usually it fits a little loose.
What's your
and
pant
it's like-
size, Jeff?
I'm a 33. So I guess I'm a 32 now.
Nice.
I was a 34 earlier. At my fattest, I was a 36. But now I'm a 30. I think I'm a 32. But yeah, I'm 179 pounds. 177 pounds. I started at 194 when I started this bullshit keto thing.
Nice.
Do you remember
So in
what
like
you were?
5 weeks,
Do you remember your all-time heaviest?
at my drunkest fattest, I was 216 pounds.
Damn, that's
Are
a
you
hell of a
serious?
difference.
Yeah.
Damn,
At my
that's
drunkest
great.
fattest, like when I like right
fattest.
like 6 months before the sabbatical.
You like shit that guy out.
Around like November,
Damn.
like October, November, before the March sabbatical, I was like 216.
If you could
That's when I had
hold-
like I was like, ugh. That was when people started to go like, is Jeff bigger than Jack? And I was like, I gotta kill myself, quit drinking or something.
That was the moment that made
Yeah.
you realize you had to change.
Goodness.
What would that be
things
like
around.
to hold, like all of the mass that you no longer have?
It'd be like holding
a-
40 pounds in my hands. I guess.
You also had a red face.
Oh yeah, I
comes
had
with, like,
drunk
fat gut.
face.
It's like,
Yeah.
Is that what you get from being drunk? You get red face?
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
then you get like busted capillaries
Or
in
if
your
you're
nose
just
and stuff.
angry.
Your eyes turn yellow. Yeah.
Man, it's a terrible drug, isn't it? Alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol's
So-
the fucking
so
worst,
bad.
dude.
Well, drinking
I'm gonna
in
get a bit.
general isn't like while you're drunk, you have just better increased blood flow, which is
Yeah.
why you have the redness
It
in the
thins
face.
your blood out.
The screw attack handle.
So screw with that candle.
Oh.
Alright.
I
I
thought you were talking about being drunk. I'm like, yeah, all right.
What's wrong with our handle?
Calm down.
And I'm happy to say I
Why are we
don't
using
miss
the
alcohol,
shittiest
but I do
handle?
have
Why-
nightmares
why
now.
are we
My
throwing
nightmares
switch
now
at?
are that I accidentally drink liquor. Like I'll be like here, I'd like pick up somebody else's glass thinking it was mine and like taste like
I was worried about that the other
and that's
night.
my and then I'm like, oh no, I'm a fraud. I drank again. Those are my nightmares now.
The other night I ordered a Jack and Coke and just a Diet Coke, and I was like, I didn't want to.
Oh, I know. I was a little scared. You and I went out for a nice little drink.
Yeah.
Nice.
My only regret was that I was so tired that when we hung out that I felt like I was gonna fall asleep while we were hanging out. Because I'm an old
It
man
was
now.
nice and brief.
I did
Yeah.
have a nightmare similar to that during this pregnancy where I dreamt I was at a party and I drank some liquor and it was a conscious choice of like, one wouldn't hurt anything, but I was like, how can I do this? If anything goes
You're
wrong,
awful.
this is all my fault. But I have not touched any alcohol. We're good.
You touched it.
I'd like to do it again.
Little Bevs,
Yeah, hang out again.
fair play.
Yeah, let's do it. I think I'm over Liberty.
Did we just lose a light?
I don't have to go there.
That light.
That was your
that
funny crisis. Was that I was like, oh, where should we go? And you're like, don't know.
I haven't been to a bar in so
don't know
long.
where's
I
cool
didn't-
anymore.
It's so funny because when I quit drinking, I lived in bars. It was where I would go after work and I would read every day at the bar, and like it was like my hangout was bars. And the first thing I said when I quit drinking was, I am not going to be one of those people that never steps foot in a bar again just because he's sober, or one of those weirdos that can't meet his friends at a bar. I'm still going to go to bars. Bars have coffee. Bars have all the Diet Coke in the world. I can still hang out with people. I like the ambiance. The first thing I did when I quit drinking was stop going to bars. Bars smell.
It's
They
true.
smell
Yeah.
like stale alcohol, and you don't notice it until you don't drink. And when you notice it, you're like,
Yeah.
You know what else smells like that? Jeremy's desk.
yes,
True.
Sitting
Absolutely.
next to him. It's all the time when I say it's stinky.
That
It's
carpet's
not because
just
Jeremy
soaked
stinks,
up
it's
in it.
because his desk stinks.
Thank you to you and whoever else was involved, because I wasn't here for it, for cleaning the office yesterday. It looks
Oh yeah,
immaculate.
we
this
were
guy.
like busy and like lots of people were in and out and like,
Yesterday was a busy,
we
crazy
could
day.
have filmed. We couldn't film any like big videos, so I just said I'm gonna clean for like 5 hours. Jeremy helped,
Oh, look at that.
got rid of a lot of stuff, and actually it's even cleaner than that.
Yeah,
now.
I was
We
gonna
kept
say it
going.
looks. cleaner
Yeah,
than
I
that,
helped
really.
Trevor tape the carpet back down this morning.
We moved that worthless Tower of Pimps bookshelf in the corner. I'd say it's worthless just because it's filled with junk. Like
Yeah.
again, we cleaned that shelf out. Half of it was garbage.
There was an
on the
empty
shelf.
box
all
There was
gone.
with
tons
nothing
of
in
empty
it.
boxes. So we moved that into the corner where the throne used to be.
And part of the
And
reason
now
we
there's
did
actually
that
shit on it.
is because we're moving Matt Bragg into that spot.
Yeah, one day.
Whenever I'm
One
like,
day.
he's been wanting to be in that room for like fucking 2 years. Trevor and I talked to him last week. We're like, hey, why don't you move in? Monday, move in. And he's like, all right, I'll do it. It's Friday. He still hasn't moved in. I'm like, when are you gonna move in? He's like, oh, I'll get around to it.
Yep.
It's
That's
a lot
He's
of
gonna move
effort
in
to
at a
move
Matt's
It is ever to do, but he's been wanting it forever. Lazy
You know
fucker.
who hates it? Take a guess. Who in the room hates it?
Ryan.
Yeah,
Does he really?
yeah.
He hates what? The
Just
Matt's
he's
in
like,
it?
no,
Yeah.
don't take my space. It's
What's
not a
the
Matt thing, it's a
crowding?
Ryan thing.
Yeah.
Ryan's so weird. Ryan hates everything.
Well, I know.
And
that's-
Ryan was the one who never had a desk in the original room. He should be grateful
Well, they had
that
a
like,
desk.
Well, you know,
Lovely Ryan.
Lovely
I'm so
Ryan.
sorry you had to sit next to me, Ryan. Fuck you.
Ryan was like pitching how comfortable Matt is now. He's like, he loves his space. He's nice and comfortable. There's
got
plenty of
Larry with
room.
him.
There
We're
was
gonna
a
put more people in here. And Ryan is like the person that moves to Austin, and he's like, everyone stop moving to Austin.
Yeah.
100%.
I've been here for 6 weeks and we hate
It's like
it.
we literally cleaned the room, and he's like, don't take the space. We cleaned it.
It's so funny because we had a week. I mean, everybody loves Matt Bragg, right? Especially the
Yeah,
audience.
no.
And we had
I mean,
a week.
I hate his dad. I think he just shares a desk with Trevor, and then we don't lose any new space.
There you go.
Perfect.
Half and half.
There was a week about maybe 3 weeks or a month ago, maybe not that long ago, where people were gone pretty consistently, and so Matt was just in the room every day, Monday through Friday, all day, because we just needed him. Like he didn't have the time to go back to his office because we're like, no, come back, we got to film another video. And it was so good having him there, and he was such a good fit, and it was very like the thing about Matt is that he's replacing what you and I used to do, or he has for a long time, building maps and coming up with mini games and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's such and you know this from when we lived together, that creativity requires face-to-face time. I mean, he creates with Andrew online, and that's great because Andrew's one of the most talented people we know. But like being in a room and like bouncing ideas together, having Matt in there instantly made the room better.
yeah, so many
It was
of our
great.
Minecraft builds, we were just on the same couch,
Yeah.
and really efficient.
That's when all the best achievement hunter stuff happens, is when somebody throws out an idea or a joke or something, and then 4 people pile on, and the next thing you know, like 7 people have machinated this new game type or thing, like Lindsay wins or whatever it is, and it just turns into like gold, and you're like, oh fuck, that's
Not
awesome.
even gameplay. That's a million between the games. Like,
All the
hey, what's
between the
this
games.
stupid
Yeah.
thing? 2 hours later, not even 30 minutes later, we have a video.
Y'all's fucking bacon jam video is the funniest thing I've
It
ever
was funny.
seen. Nobody told me about it. I didn't know it existed. I just saw it on the website,
And I
and I was
remember
like,
being mad when it went up. I was like, 17 minutes? Edit the damn thing.
I
And it's
know. And
actually,
then
like,
when I
all of
watched
the
it,
boring stuff's out.
when I watched it, I was like, well, they broke the jam in the first minute. What is the next 16 minutes? And then I was like, each minute I was more more
Just watching Jack
entertained.
die over and over again.
Jack at the 9-minute mark for like the full minute, 9 to 10 minutes, losing it is one of the funniest things.
Did we get rid of the stickiness, or is it still?
It's
sticky?
not that sticky. Really.
Okay, good.
It's amazing how you can make a video where you just something happens and you're like, the room's ruined.
Yeah.
Somehow, even though the carpet is old and shit, it still like just returns to being carpet.
That
somehow.
carpet like sucks
It's
up
tough.
everything
Yeah.
too.
I feel like they put the carpet in there that would suit us.
I will
A light
say,
coat of radiation and
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
everything out.
I think that was the end of an era because when we were cleaning up yesterday, or you were cleaning up, I came in at the tail end and I was trying to help out a little bit. And like I cleaned up the shit around my desk right there. And I found a bunch of, I was putting stuff on my shelf and I found a
looks
bunch
like
of bacon
shit.
jam on my shelf. I went, oh guys, I found more bacon jam. We got more bacon jam. And everybody said, throw it away. And I was like, you guys just made a great video. And they're like, we're done. No more bacon jam.
Yeah.
It's over. The bacon jam era is over. Put it in the trash.
I'm
And I
all
was
about
like,
it.
okay.
We did Awu yesterday, which comes out next week, and I was like, listen, thank you so much. Stop fucking sending food.
No more bacon jam.
No more fucking food.
the end of the
too
thick
much
era?
food. I don't give a shit about thick. It's just like
End of the
we
thick
said,
era for me.
send one big bag. That's it. You want to send a bag of Doritos? Don't send a box of 50 fucking bags of Doritos.
That's a lot.
Because it's like the boxes get everywhere, the bags get everywhere. Then it just becomes work. It's like giving someone a chore. Like, hey, go find people to eat these Doritos. Lindsay was handing shit out yesterday, like on the classifieds. Like, who wants this thing? I got this thing. Come pick up this thing.
If you wanted to
Dealing
come
out the door.
Yeah.
just like,
If you were the first person in the door at Achievement Hunter when we're giving stuff away, you'd have all your Christmas presents taken care of, and you could eat for a month.
Someone came by and
And
got
kill someone if you wanted to.
They got
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
gifts for their kids
defend your-
yesterday, and then someone else today. We got a bunch of Clone Willies at one point, which
penis
Alfredo
molds.
Yeah.
generously tested himself. Alfredo approved. But I was like, no one's gonna want this. I'll just throw it out there. Fuck it, it's funny. So I sent a message like, hey, does anyone want these Clone Willies? Ha ha ha. And like 8 people messaged me and were like, seriously though, can
I do want it, but don't tell anybody I know.
Yeah. Can this be discreet?
This is between us.
They do clone
She's in the back of stage 4 in the alley, just like,
Probably.
There you go.
I don't know what it's called, but somebody came by yesterday because Lindsay offered up one of the toys we had. But in between that, Trevor's like, no, we should keep this because we haven't used this for a video yet, and this could work for a video. I was like, okay, fine. Fine, we'll still keep stuff. I'll get rid of everything, but just, shit got out of hand. So they came in to get it, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna pick up that thing or whatever. And I'm like, oh, sorry, actually, we're keeping that. Like, sorry that you waste your time. Come over here. Trevor thought we could use it for a video. I'm like, ah. And I'm like, you want anything else? You want a bag of gummy bears? You want that bag of gummy bears? And they were like, I'll fucking take the gummy bears. It was literally like, let's make a deal. What do you want? You want some? It's a yard sale where everything's free. What do you
There's
want?
something about
you want
something
some of this
being
shit?
free where it's
We
like,
literally,
oh, I need it.
Hey, you want this bag of candy? And he's like, I got candy at my desk. Here's a big old bag of candy. Take that too. And it's just like, we have so much stuff in the office. And then even then, like, it's just like, cut it out. Just cut it off from the body where the conversation will come from like, well, I mean, we could save that and put it in the room where we have like the Awu stuff. I'm like, no, it needs to go. We can't just move it to another room. What's also really funny now is the support room looks like shit.
Yeah.
Our room is awesome. Their room is a mess.
I also
then
went
you
in there
further fucked
earlier.
it up
Fucking
today.
plot
Yeah.
twist.
Another lightsaber.
I'm not
fight
sure I've
with
ever
Andy.
talked about my collaborative video with Andy.
You've been doing that for
You know, it's a long project.
a year and a half, 2 years.
I mess up the room once a day
He
for
goes
the last
in
4 months.
and he fights with Andy. They have lightsaber fights, and it's filmed every time. You must have had like
We've had like 60 of them.
no, legitimately, shit always breaks. It
When
usually
are they gonna
ends
come
with-
out?
When we've got like 100 clips, probably.
He's gonna make a
Just
like
be a big montage using
a
like
montage of 100 clips.
one
It
or
used to
2
be like a
seconds of each
shitty
bit.
cover of like Duel of Fates just playing.
No, yeah. Andy's already edited it together
It
like that.
usually
Yeah.
gets
I like to have long-running projects.
and it goes back and forth who wins.
Yeah, I got my. He somehow got me across both knuckles today.
That's usually how it ends. Someone gets whacked in the hand.
we play
it's
until
over.
there's like a calamity or a disarm usually.
And then Sarah just yells.
you don't know about the lightsaber fights?
No, I don't know about anything.
Going on for a long time. Did you know Matt Bragg's moving in the main room?
Yeah, I did. I asked him to do it.
I went
when
through
we
the
were in
green
London.
sheet process with the lightsaber fight. Though, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
good.
I need to watch that Bacon Jam video. I have no idea what happened that
Yeah,
whole time.
I missed
And
it.
I was in the room.
You were one of the best parts of the video. Actually.
You are all the comments because I was like, I'm always like looking around the room and I noticed that you were the only one just not paying attention. So I would just put the camera.
Every once in a while, Moonball hit you and you're like, oh.
Yeah, your
And people there was
ability
like,
to-
Alfredo hates being in there. I was like, no, I have a deadline. I got shit to do.
Alfredo's trying to get done with his edit so he can fuck around with us.
You
That's
gotta-
exactly what I was trying
You
to
gotta
do.
keep your head low and just watch out,
There's no watching out with this fuck in the room.
And- but you
Everything
know-
he throws hits me.
You know I can't help it. I'm not aiming for you.
He can absolutely help it. I'm not aiming for you. This is the guy that put an X on the wall. And wrote Alfredo.
That was wet. I put the
I
X there
can't
so I
help
knew
it.
not to throw it there.
Can't get
I hit
help
him
it.
like 60 times.
True.
Michael, Gavin, can you do me a favor and definitely don't say hello to callme_Harley12? It would make their whole year.
Okay.
I don't want you to do that.
It's a long shot,
I want
though.
to ruin that year.
Hi, Gavin. I'll say hi to you.
Hey, all right, Mike, how's it going?
I'm just drinking my generic milk drink, protein
Yeah,
drink.
Jeff and I are also
I'm
indulging
drinking
in
a
our
Diet
generic
Coke brand Diet Coke.
soda.
Yeah.
Did we give up on that shit?
Might be.
You're allowed to do whatever you want.
Do what you want.
Goodness.
I'm glad that when we go out for drinks, you don't mind other people drinking
Nah.
2 inches from you because I really don't like any soft drinks. Like I'd be drinking water, I guess.
What are you gonna drink? Mixer?
Yeah.
Straight mix. Something.
No, I don't mind it at all. As a matter of fact, I would. That was one of the like I had a lot of conversations with myself about how my life was about to change and how I wanted to steer that because I had been controlled by that demon alcohol for a very long time, and I was taking the reins back. And one of the first things I wanted to make sure was that I wasn't. I talked about going to bars, but I don't want to be one of those weird people that can't be around alcohol, and that makes other people in my life alter their life to accommodate me. I don't want to be that. Selfish isn't the right word for it, but I don't want to be that impactful in a negative way on other people's convenience.
Yeah.
I guess.
And teach their own, but I think that speaks to your willpower also, that you have temptation in front of you and you go, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just like waft
It
it.
doesn't become
do that to her.
temptation after a while.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good way to not drink.
I have a way harder time not eating mini sweet tarts.
I
right
think it
now
also
than-
helps that, well, I guess I've never been, full-on alcoholic, but the smell or taste of the booze was never like the appetizing part to me. Like, I'd never get like a whiff of whiskey and be like, delicious.
Not
Usually it's
liquor.
just like, I want to drink to get drunk.
I love the taste of beer. I do.
I like it too.
Oh, it's the
It
best.
grows on you.
By the way, I do prefer Diet Pepsi, but we have Diet Coke at Rooster Teeth, so.
Some Pepsi sneaks in.
Every once in a while. Sometimes the audience sends me Diet Pepsi, and that's great, and then we
That's
have it in
still-
there. And then also, Ryan won't drink Diet Pepsi, so I get all the Diet Pepsi. It's fucking awesome.
What's up?
I was thinking about Jeremy's Pepsi. Were you there for that?
Yeah.
He was just out of the office for a day. The moonball landed right on a full Pepsi. Like, bounced it and spilled like all over his entire desk. So I was there with paper towels and I was like getting all
Wait,
that
when he
stuff.
wasn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, because he did that when he was there too.
Oh, he did that himself too. But I
Maybe
guess
it
I
was when
just
you were out.
I got everything except I never lifted up his keyboard. So he nudged his keyboard. He's like, oh, and he picked it up and there was just like a keyboard rectangle of Diet Pepsi that was still wet. And he was like, what? And like when he was so confused. at how
Speaking
it got
of
there.
a dirty desk, we showed Michael the coconut video yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Is that coming out?
I had no
Yeah,
idea.
I don't know when. I wish Trevor's here.
Like
Gavin and I
10
filmed.
seconds of gold that one.
Gavin and I filmed a video where somebody sent us coconuts, and so we got on the opposite ends of the room, and we thought, can we throw coconuts really hard in the air, like overhand hard, and hit in the air? What would happen?
Yeah.
And we were 25 feet away.
Yeah, you were at the
First-
bookcase by the door. I was by the whiteboard.
First try, we hit dead on. A coconut exploded, but it exploded only on Michael's shoe. And he was right outside the room. We could hear him talking in the hallway. You were in the hallway. We could hear your voice. And we were trying to clean it really fast before you walked in.
quick.
And then we your hoodie, your Fallout hoodie.
That was wet, so I was like, we gotta switch
It was
this.
soaked, so we put another jacket on
Yeah.
top of your
Yeah,
Fallout
we
jacket so
switched
you wouldn't
it.
see it. It was
I
pretty
didn't
fun.
notice.
Yeah, that
This
was
is
good.
the thing too. I didn't notice, and then you were talking about the video, and then somebody in the room was like, "Oh man, we wanted to see your reaction." So I watched the video, and it was a fucking mess. I'm like, "Here's my reaction." Like, "Hey, thanks for
Thanks
cleaning."
for cleaning it up.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Messes don't bother me. It's that they get messes, and then people go, "Oh." Gavin,
Just walk away.
Gavin says, we didn't know what to do. We didn't know where to start. We didn't even know where to start. So we just left barbecue sauce and glass over the floor. That's what
There are some
bothers
messes
me.
you got to take it all in for a bit before you're like,
It was Better film a video.
I think we'd already started the recording.
It's so scary. Like, you guys brought Iris by the other day, which was fucking awesome to hang out with her, by the way. And Iris and I were playing moonballs on the floor.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm playing with her, I'm just scanning the floor for
Yeah.
glass.
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
also,
terrified.
I thought of that as I was like meticulously cleaning the office yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, didn't clean it like because I was bringing my daughter by. I'm like, she'll be fine. Just cleaning it because we had some free time.
I had a great moment with Iris where I was just giving her moonballs, and she already had 2 moonballs, and then I picked up another one, and she was like, she wanted the other one too, so we had something like holding a moonball with 2 moonballs.
Yeah, she's big on like she wants to
just
carry as
wants
much
the
shit
stuff.
as
Yeah,
possible.
but it's
needs a
kind of
bag.
awesome that she's smart enough to know, like, I don't know, you've seen videos of kids where you hand something like that and their hands are full and they'll drop something and pick up the other
dumb
thing and be
kids.
like, wait a minute. Yeah, exactly. Stupid ass kids. But I just think it's awesome that she did that. She's like, okay, I still have these 2, but I want one more here. Like, let me brace it and I'll put it under my chin and like walk away with all of
She
them.
wants the world.
She
She's
does.
filling her inventory slots.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's a miracle.
She wants to destroy the world. She's
Yeah.
holding moonballs.
does.
Dude, she loved that cat, Bernie's cat.
Did love mush. Yes.
Is it mush or mush?
Mush.
I assume it's
Whatever.
mush.
Mush, mush.
Mush mush.
Because
Yeah.
it's the sound he made.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are my shoes too wacky?
No, I dig it.
They look like, I'll be honest with you, Jeff, they look like Mr. Blobby's shoes.
Yeah.
They do. He's right there. You can
like-
put that mask on.
Oh, they
and it'll
do.
match.
It's
Yeah.
like Mr. Blobby's bedroom. on
Mr.
a
Blobby,
shoe.
they're like weird camouflage, but I thought they were cute, and so I bought them. But now I'm second guessing.
That looks weird because it looks like you're
they
and
look
Alfredo's
wacky.
leg
Oh,
with
yeah.
the same body in that shot. Go back. Look. That would look weird.
Yeah. Goodness. Oh no. Do you think the sock choice is what's making it weird too? Maybe it's a different color sock.
These are Cleveland socks.
I don't give a shit what kind of socks they are. What color.
I'll admit, it's weird.
Yeah. I think
See,
they're
I
like
don't-
summer
I-
shoes.
I-
Maybe if you had a little bit more like flair to maybe the shirt.
Yeah, but you don't need
know
flair
what
on
I
the
mean?
shirt when you got the flairiest
I wore a
shoes
white
ever.
shirt
But
so it wouldn't take away from the shoes.
I don't know.
that's
From my
smart.
angle, it's all dark here, and then it's just like
I love
fucking
them.
color
I'm-
palette
Yeah,
of
but it's a
someone's.
focal point. You're looking.
I'm just really into ugly shoes though.
Well, that's the
like
thing
a-
too. I've been
rainbow
desensitized
shit on
by
the ground.
Gavin's shoes and like shorts.
Like these shoes I got on are hideous.
Yeah, but they're not as bad as the ones you were wearing the other day. They were worse.
They were
Your
pretty
running
ugly.
sneakers,
Yeah.
yeah, there are all kinds of like red and orange, and then you have a bright gold strip on it. And I just they were awful.
Yeah, you're
Awful.
pretty vocal about them.
Yeah, I have to be. I feel like I got to be real with you. You know, I'm not gonna lie.
I like
to
it when
you.
I can do something and your only response is like, oh,
That happens a lot, dude. I don't know how to bring this up because I don't want people to tell him yet. But I was literally just going ugh last night when I sent you that picture.
Yes.
It's already on my
There's no way
desk.
he's watching. Yeah, it's watching.
No, but he hasn't noticed.
you wanna explain it?
I feel like we can.
I just don't want.
Oh, I saw the
if you're
picture.
watching this,
Audience, don't fuck
if
this
you're
up.
watching
Yes,
this
don't.
on first, please don't fuck this up. Just let it happen. You're probably not going to see a reaction, but we'll talk about it. So, who got those pictures printed from RTX?
I found a
No,
picture.
no. not
Alexa,
that.
please.
No.
Oh, I don't know who the
Somebody
fan
came in
sent
and Trevor had them, and they were like photographs just from RTX.
Oh, they were like framed photos.
like press
Yeah.
photos or
Those are
like
cool.
people on panels and stuff.
Somebody sent them in.
And there was a photo of Gavin and Barbara, I assume on like the RT podcast panel or something at
Probably.
RTX. And it was a framed photo on Gavin's desk. And Gavin was talking about it, and Trevor was there, and there's some kind of comment where Gavin was like, "Hey, you like that, Trevor?" And Trevor's like, "I put it on your desk." And we're like, "Oh." And he's like, "I mean, you're friends with Barbara. It doesn't really bother me." And we're like, we laughed
It's just
about
it's
it.
like a couple.
It's just
she's
you
got
know,
her
they're
arm around
close,
me, and she's like,
yeah. And it was just funny. Trevor's like, "Well, I put it there, so no, it doesn't bother me at all." And I'm like, fair enough. That's a sensible response. And Jeremy goes, he's like, "Yeah, it would bother me if someone had a picture of my wife and them on their desk." Like,
I need to get a photo with Kat.
well, so Lindsay took that. This was a couple days ago. This is earlier in the week. Lindsay ran with that, and she found a photo of Jeremy and Kat. And they're like, it looks like they're like on a boat or something.
They're on the beach.
They're on the
together.
beach.
Yeah.
And she photoshopped Gavin in the photo over Jeremy.
Yes.
And we
well,
print-
Andy Blanchard did because
Well,
I can't Photoshop.
Andy did it. You
Yes.
required him. I didn't want to throw him under the bus. He just did the work.
He knows what he got into.
But you photoshopped, or he photoshopped Gavin into the photo, and then you came into work today, put it in a frame, and replaced it with the Gavin and Barbara photo on Gavin's desk. Because
Yeah.
it's sitting there right now in the office.
Jeremy has not noticed.
Jeremy
yet.
hasn't seen it yet.
So we're doing Smash, and I was filming like Gavin's little like finger thing. And then so we're filming that. And then I literally were like doing that. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then
I'll see it in the Smash video. And I
was like, what the fuck is that?
I was just looking at it, and I just kept going, oh, it's so gross. Like,
Yeah, you texted to me last night,
It's
and I just
literally
went,
just
ew.
his hand, and I'm just like,
look so
wait a,
awful.
I'm like,
you look
wait a
awful,
second.
and it's something about like
Something
you
about
wearing
my-
a gold chain.
Yeah, because Jeremy wears that necklace.
But like, it looks normal on Jeremy.
Yeah, he pulls it up. I look like a idiot monster.
Oh my god,
So
that's
I want to
awesome.
say I'm sorry to
Gavin had
Jeremy
nothing to do
and
with it.
Kat.
Gavin
That
had
is
nothing
out
to
of
do
my
with it.
hands, but I'm not going to remove
I
it.
am not sorry at all.
That is so fun.
And like, Kat's so
I'll let
happy
Jeremy
in this
smash
photo.
Yeah, I would be too if I got to hang out with Gavin.
She's beaming.
I feel more bad for Kat than anyone.
We should. We all should.
I could have gone way further too because I'm mean. I have no boundaries. I was talking to Michael and I
weird.
was like, "Is it too much if I do their wedding photo?"
That was the first thing she asked. And I said yes. I said yes. There's the first thing she's like, so you know what we're talking about? What if I put Gavin in their wedding photo? I'm like, do not do that. Absolutely don't do that. But then I saw that photo and I was like, this might be worse. Because they're on the beach and it's even creepier. It's creepy.
Yeah.
That Gavin would be there with his shirt off wearing a gold chain with Kat. It looks gross. You're gross. I'm sorry you had nothing to do with it, but you were grossing me out last night.
Yeah.
So the chat wants us to talk about the Game Awards. They want to know what we think of God of War winning Game of the Year.
Deserves it.
That's cool.
I didn't play it.
I've heard
Seemed like a
it's-
good game. Everybody liked
it's
it.
incredible.
Sorry, what, bud?
God of War won Game of the Year.
That's awesome. Game is fucking
It looked
phenomenal.
cool. I saw the
Story's phenomenal. The voice acting was good. Totally deserves it.
bit where the voice actors came up and they I don't know, presented an award.
It's
and that was
pretty
cool.
accurate to the game size of the two of them.
Yeah.
Like the fucking voice actor for Kratos is enormous.
Yeah. So I didn't really watch it, but I went through and watched all the trailers this morning. There's some really cool looking stuff coming out. That new Obsidian game. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No.
It's it looks like Fallout and Borderlands smashed together.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's I mean it's Obsidian, right? So it's very very Fallout-y, but it takes place like I don't know, some outer rim. Is that what it's called? What's it called? The Lost World or Lost something?
Endgame.
Something like that.
yeah.
And it's like on some alien planet, but it looks like Fallout.
Yeah.
So,
Sweet.
look
New,
cool.
what was there? There was a new Dead by Daylight trailer with a new killer.
That Marvel Ultimate Alliance going to the Switch.
3.
Yeah.
What else was there? There was the Far Cry.
Yeah, the new Far Cry, which I guess is like a sequel, it seems like,
Yeah.
to Far Cry 5.
What's it called? It's not 6.
New Dawn or something like that? It's like a post-apocalyptic Fallout.
Another Anthem trailer. I'm excited for Anthem, but I'm really hoping like it doesn't play like a Mass Effect game. Like I don't want to run around trying to go for loot, killing like animals.
Outer
tweaking my-
Worlds. That's what
Outer
it's called.
Worlds. Yeah.
Yeah, it did have a-
tweaking my suit with that kind of like style of shooting.
Somebody in the chat said it had a bit of a Bioshock feel to it. I agree. Absolutely correct, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Seemed cool.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, new Mortal Kombat, right?
Yeah.
Jack can do the thing. He can do all the fatalities and shit.
Nobody's going to talk about Crash Team Racing, I guess?
Yeah, no, I'll
sure we'll play it
I'm
once.
not freaking. We got the dice the other day. It's like orange dice. Like it's from.
Oh, is that what that was
yeah,
from?
it's from Crash Team Racing.
Oh, that's
Which actually
awesome.
shocked me because I
saw
I
this.
knew what it was already. Jeremy opened the box because it was addressed to him, and he took him out. And he's like, "The fuck is this?" And he was just like, "What?" He was very confused by it, and I'm like, "Oh, that's Crash." He was like, "What?" I'm like, "Crash Team Racing, the dice," and he was like. Oh, I got really excited in a second, and then right because it just says like there was just like a vague card. I think it mentioned December 6th because it was like the trailer was at the Game Awards, and we're like we're holding the dice and we're like oh shit like there's Velcro like there's something inside of it. We opened it up and we're like no it's just a pillow. It's just a pillow with like the dice thing is just Velcro on it, but like we ripped it open and it was like oh no it's just. I guess they had to put Velcro with the pillow on it.
Yeah, Joker from Persona 5 is gonna be in
Oh,
the
yeah.
Smash
Yeah.
DLC.
We're letting the audience dictate what we talk about. Also, they want us to talk about the Avengers trailer. Just saw it. Cool.
Haven't
I
seen
mean,
it
it's a
yet. Haven't seen
teaser.
it yet.
It's a teaser.
It was.
Seemed all right.
Teaser, but I mean the tone of it. Oh my god, so many.
I haven't seen it yet,
feels.
to be
It's
fair,
gonna
because
so
I was screaming to like let's shoot Smash, which is why we
You were.
fired on
What's
it.
it called?
It was like
Endgame?
11:35,
Yeah.
and I was like, "We got Smash!" I really wanted to do it before the podcast.
When is that coming out?
April.
They
April
should have
something.
called it
April
Avengers.
2019.
Yeah,
Our
because-
Smash videos not coming out till April?
Yeah, I don't know
Why
what
are we in such a
Smash
hurry to film it?
Avengers Ultimate.
Hopefully soon. Captain Marvel is March, and then Avengers is April.
Nice.
Shit.
Yeah, they're like 5-6 weeks apart. They're fucking close together.
Have you seen the teaser for the Lion King movie?
Oh my god.
I think
Look
so.
pretty-
I don't think I have.
It's actually really
Yeah,
good
so
CGI.
many good people.
It was a lot.
Why they keep James Earl Jones but no one else?
Because he's cool.
Because he's James Earl.
Because how do you replace that voice?
You can't.
How do
yeah,
you replace
can't.
Rowan Atkinson though?
Well, they did.
Easy. The guy's made a career. I'm not talking.
That's fair, but
True.
he's pretty iconic as the bird, isn't it?
I could see Rowan Atkinson coming back as Zazu because that's awesome, but I can't understand them wanting to incorporate more of an African American cast into a story that is set in Africa.
Yeah.
Here's
So,
my
It
question.
doesn't get much wider than Rowan Atkinson.
That's true. That
Or
makes
Matthew
sense.
Broderick.
Matthew Broderick.
But Matthew Broderick, sure. What about JTT?
I don't know what he's doing now. Who knows?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Where are you, Jonathan?
He should reprise the role of young Simba.
Come back.
I just farted on it.
Nice.
Nice, very
It's
nice.
not that, you know what I mean? I don't want to get that close
Nah,
to you,
I
Lindsay,
appreciate
but
it.
like,
What's wrong with
Don't
it?
take a
Good
picture
barrier.
and put it on your desk.
heaven forbid. What if we just keep making copies and put it like in a small,
would love to.
What
like
are
in
you
a
guys doing
box,
this
you know,
weekend?
box
You guys doing
of dice.
Christmas stuff this weekend?
We gotta like clean our house.
Yeah. We might
and,
take
like,
ours to see some Christmas lights.
Unpack stuff because like we've just been like busy.
Just got back from Louisville SuperCon, so
We did. That was like
wanna hit
the
up that.
last traveling.
So,
Trail of
so good,
Lights.
good Christmassy stuff. Trail of Lights. If
Yeah.
you haven't
Yes.
taken into that,
Yeah.
that starts
Want to.
this weekend. Also, Circuit of the Americas has a big winter wonderland that opens up. That's supposed to be awesome.
Oh, cool.
I haven't been
Nice.
there yet, but I'm gonna check it out this weekend.
nice.
That sounds cool.
I feel like there's some other Christmas stuff.
We gotta take her to see Santa.
Oh, the
guess.
Krampus thing.
yeah, I'm
Cool.
sure she'll
House of
fucking
Torment.
scream. She's gonna be one of those screaming kids.
Probably.
Probably not. Here's the thing that we learned though: if we take her to see Santa, just give Santa some moonballs 1st, and then she'll be like, "Oh, sweet."
Yeah, or a cat. Here's a kitten.
I don't want to go through that, so
Okay.
let's just stick to
I do.
Like, it's like, I'm not ready yet.
It is a little weird that we have this tradition of bringing our children to this strange man at a
not a
mall
strange man,
or
it's
Like,
something.
sit on your lap.
Here, sit on this
Santa.
guy's
The man-
lap.
Tell him what you want.
Found a
Man
way.
is magic.
He's gonna hold you and touch you.
He found a way to duplicate himself,
You're making
all
it
right? And
worse.
he's making a business out of making these mall visits. Like, let the man do his thing.
Yeah.
It's Santa.
Goodness.
He exists.
You don't have to go to the
He's
mall.
real. He hangs
can-
out
you
and
can go
vacations
classier than
with
that.
the Easter Bunny.
How
There's classier levels of Santa.
how old is the oldest person that you guys knew or know who still believed in Santa?
Millie.
Really?
Millie was 10, I think, when she found
that's
out.
nothing.
I held it for a long time. No, but all of her friends knew when they were like 6, and I'm like, shut your fucking mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
Sorry.
of you shut up.
As
She
far
still
as, like-
believes in it. It's okay.
I don't ever remember believing Santa was real, like because I had 2 older brothers. Like I don't have that memory of. Do you remember when you found out? No,
I remember.
I don't remember that.
I was in 1st grade. I remember. I found out through the Easter Bunny. Because
The Easter Bunny told me.
No, I was looking for something.
campaign on Santa.
I was looking for
Santa's
something.
not real.
I was actually. I had.
That
I
bitch
had-
still got hops.
I remember it because it was a traumatic experience. I'd been playing in the woods and I fell in like a stream and it was cold. It was in Oregon, and I was like freezing and cold and I ran home like covered
Easter
in.
Bunny saved him.
And I ran into the kitchen and I was just looking for towels from like dish rags. It was like the first thing I went through, and I was just like trying to get warm with these dish towels. And I was looking through cabinets and I saw a hint of something green that caught my eye at the top. And I climbed up the counter and I looked, and it was the fucking grass that comes in Easter egg baskets. And I went to my mom and I go, "What the fuck is this?" And she goes, "Where'd you find that?" And I was like, "It was in the top. I was looking for towels. It was in the top of the cabinet." And she goes, "Well, sometimes mommies and daddies have to help the Easter Bunny." And I go, "What?" And she goes, "Do you want me to be honest with you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "There is no Easter Bunny." And I go, "Fuck. Is there a tooth fairy?" And she's like, "No." And I went, "All right, that's crazy. Those two things are. Thank God Santa's real." And I was just like,
Goodness.
Was it that day that you became a little wretched
that,
piece
that
of shit?
yeah, it was that day I became I grew up.
All
that
of
day.
your innocence fell out. In the
I
same
lost them
day.
all at once.
Goodness.
Like every childhood fake thing
Oh,
in
I'm
one
sorry,
day.
Jeff.
Yeah.
See, I don't
Yeah.
remember realizing or learning that Santa wasn't real because my parents told me pretty early on. They just said, "Don't tell your sister. Let her have some moments with thinking that Santa's real." But my mom was smart with the tooth fairy because I was like, "Okay, well then you're the tooth fairy. It's obviously you." And she goes, "Yes, I am actually. Like I am literally the tooth fairy because she's a dentist." So she was like, "I go around, I give all your friends money for their teeth. Like that's what I do, baby." And I
That's
totally
a real
believed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the real hustle right
Yeah,
there.
the dental thing is a front.
Yeah.
See, now I was more the kid telling people, like, "You believe in Santa? What are you, an idiot?" I was like 6. I'm like, "What are you, stupid?" That made any
Goodness.
sense.
I just started like loading the plate that would have been cookies with like all my dad's favorite things, like lumpia and tacos and stuff. Because I was like, if I feed him right, I get what I want
There
as
you
a
go.
good gift. You know
Nice,
what I'm saying?
Alfredo.
I was like, you
Putting
gotta
out
get
cookies and I'm getting shit.
I'm not getting anything. I'm getting close.
So did he know that you knew it was him, or are you
Oh,
just
yeah,
like,
he
playing
was-
the end game here?
No,
Okay.
he was just. I thought I was smart, but he was just like this little. What the fuck is he doing? But he wasn't complaining. I wake up, be some half-eaten tacos and some lumpia and shit. He had a little late night snack,
That's amazing.
and I got a Dreamcast.
And you guys ever get coal?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I did one year.
No, my
How bad
parents-
were you?
Jesus.
I was a shit kid. But
See,
just
Was
being
it clean
brat.
Colt?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
My parents
Was it Rooster
wouldn't
Teeth branded Smole?
put the commitment in. They would be like, we're just getting you less presents, asshole. I don't
Fair.
do that. They would be like, Cole, fuck you. I'm still not spending money on you. Okay? You seem to not understand here.
Time and effort to get Cole. No one just has
you
Cole
know?
hanging out.
And like,
A finite amount of the stuff.
yeah. Gotcha.
We got to do something really cool yesterday afternoon.
Oh yeah, clean
Yeah.
the room.
After you clean the room, we got to watch the first about hour, I guess, maybe 55 minutes of Genlock, which was the first time. I mean, we'd all seen the materials that get released to the public, and we'd all seen them early. But it was the first time I'd seen more than like 3 minutes
Yeah.
back to back, and so we saw the first 2 episodes. What did you guys think?
It's amazing.
I liked it.
I liked it too.
Really good.
It
I'm
was-
not super into anime, you know. I mean, I like anime; it's fine. I lived with Gus for like 4 years, so
Yeah.
I had to. But I was really amazed at how compelling the narrative.
It was captivating.
Yeah.
I found myself like, with all the other like it's not just like the big name actors in the show, right?
Right.
Like up to this point, it's been like they're big name actors. They're big name actors. You know what I mean? But like watching it 2 minutes in, 5 minutes in, it's like, oh, that's why they're big name actors.
That's why they, yeah.
Like it's like I was watching a movie, and then
It's-
someone
yeah.
from Rooster Teeth would come in and be like, "Oh, right, this is our show."
It's weird,
Yeah.
right?
You know, like
It's-
watching this
really
fucking
weird.
intense scene with Michael B. Jordan's character and Dakota Fanning's character. I'm like, this is good. It's like watching.
Did it feel like Rooster Teeth employees making
something in my
cameos
in
in like a
kind of,
mainstream
where then
thing.
like, oh, there's Chad. Like,
yeah, it's
it was good. I liked it a lot.
watching it. It's like you're watching and you go, I was like, oh, this is what RVB's missing talent. Like,
Goodness.
watching we were talking about it earlier this morning, but the chemistry between Dakota Fanning's character and MBJ's character is like believable. Like
Yeah.
it's you buy in immediately, and it's like just watching 2 great actors work together is yeah, in a Rooster Teeth production as well. It's pretty
Same
humbling,
thing,
but
like
it did yeah.
honestly, I'm not super familiar with David Tennant. Like, I don't watch Doctor Who. I know David Tennant from
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, and he's going.
Jessica Jones.
Mad-Eye, Moody, Barty Crouch Jr., and Jessica Jones. And he's fucking great.
great
He's great in
Jessica
Jessica Jones. He's the best part of Jessica Jones. That's why, like, spoiler, he dies in season 1, and they're like, put him in season 2 anyway. We need him. He was fucking good. He was good. He was great. Like, a great character.
funny.
It was, I think, the funniest character.
He's very
to me.
charismatic. Yeah.
He had, like, I would say, because we all watched it, like, as a whole.
Yeah, it was
Like,
everybody
all,
from
like,
Achievement
like 20
Hunter,
people.
except for Gavin. I think you weren't there, but all the editors, all the main
and
room.
I would say he by far had the most like laugh out loud moments.
and there
where
were
people
probably
really
10,
getting into it.
10 to 12 like legitimate laugh out loud moments where everybody laughed,
Yeah.
and like it was funnier than I thought it would be.
I went into it and I was just like, we'll see what happens. We'll see if it's good. And at the end of like episode,
He brought rocks to throw at
Yeah,
the screen.
I mean, you
which
always
I thought was
tomatoes.
Weird. Yeah,
You
I
always
was
want
like,
it to be good, but you don't
I'm
know if
ready.
you don't.
What show are they talking about? We're talking about Genlock,
Yeah.
the new Rooster Teeth
Brock.
animated show.
and then
coming out next year.
by the end of the second episode, I was
January.
like, damn, they got me. I care. I was like, shit.
I know. Oh, you know what? I watched the first episode of Broadchurch, and I meant to go back and finish it, but I never did. That's a good show, right? Gav, you ever watched Broadchurch?
Never seen it.
It's a British show.
Never heard of it.
I think if you're excited about Genlock, if you have been looking forward to it, I think you're really gonna like it.
I think so too.
Yep.
Like, I highly recommend like watching it if it's not on your radar. You know, obviously, like we work here, we're very aware of it. You know, the big names and all the work surrounding it. But we do a million things. You know, we have like a million shows. Like just Achievement Hunter alone, like we're doing Let's Plays and Haunter and fucking like Hardcore Tabletop and a million other things. But to like get a solid hour and a half to be like, hey, we're gonna have a screening for this show that like this company is making and all the work that's gone into this. like 100%. Like I was talking to Jeff, we left the room. I'm like, that was good.
I'll be honest, that's
Like,
not
that
something.
was
It's not something we
good.
do to stop a Rooster Teeth or Achievement Hunter production for 2 hours for 18 of
Not
us.
to- not
like the
to-
amount of, you know how much that costs in man hours.
It's like
Yeah,
Everything-
I can't ever remember a time where that happened.
Achievement Hunter came to a halt. Like,
It's
it
like-
just stopped for 2 hours.
not to be like, oh, we didn't give a shit about it, but whatever. But like, I mean, we were joking about it all day. You know, that like,
Yeah.
Shut it down. We gotta go fucking go do this whole thing. You know,
Can't make
everybody finally
videos
can't do
anymore.
anything. We left and we were all like, oh, that was totally worth it.
yeah.
That
Well,
was
also
100% worth it.
part of it was that the marketing department wanted us to get our opinion on it and like ways that we can work with the animation department to promote it and like vice versa. If there's good like, I mean, you always want to help out other productions in the company.
Yeah,
and
like
I just wanted to get our
integration.
opinions on what on cool things to do with that property that we could participate in. So we had like a session about 45 minutes after, and that I was not looking forward to that. I hate those kind of group like creativity sessions, and that was actually a ton of fun too. And we all had a lot of really awesome ideas of fun stuff we can do in 2019.
Oh yeah. Well, not only
Yeah.
just voice acting. I mean, yeah, the voice acting cast is incredible, and that's definitely like a big mark.
Like November
and
Lock.
like a new level we've hit as a company is being able to have these exchanges with the actors who are incredibly well known. But just the visuals alone, like if you step back a second and just look at the show, it could have totally volume completely off. It looks amazing, and I love. I say camera work. I don't know what it's called in animation, but just the
shots.
Yeah, the shot choices that they make.
There's a lot of wide
And-
shots of like the city, and I
It
was
kind of
like,
is
damn,
like a
that looks
virtual
really
camera. You
Yeah.
And I'm the opposite of you, or the opposite of what you're saying. Like, I don't really give a shit about graphics. That's why Jack can never win the PC versus Xbox argument with me because I just don't care
Yeah.
how much better it looks. And I'm not super. I'm way more interested in story. It's probably why I like to read more than anything else. And I was just super. I mean, it was pretty, I guess, but I cared way more about the people and the stories and the interpersonal connections with them. And
I guess-
that was the part that sucked me in.
For me, that's what stuck out too, is just thinking about, like, again, visually, thinking about when we started with Ruby and where we are now in Volume 6 and how amazing that looks, especially Volume 6, Episode 3 was, like, I think a testament to the show and where we've come. It's like Genlock completely rides that high too. Like, I've never seen us as a company do things like that before.
I mean,
It
we made
felt
Bacon
better
Jam.
than us.
We
Bacon
did make Bacon
Jam,
Jam,
I mean,
please,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
It did feel better.
Sorry, David Tennant didn't
I was
play
there when it
Ryan in Bacon Jam. Should we
Maisie
just
Williams
hire-
did play the Bacon Jam though.
Did, yes.
That's another.
Just wasn't a speaking
We should
role.
just hire mainstream actors to play us as people in Let's Plays.
I mean, like that's another integration. Like
So many
we have
possibilities.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
Y'all fucking
cast.
white people. Black guys.
reenact our videos, right?
Michael B. Jordan as Alfredo.
Michael B. Jordan comes in. Maybe Michael B. Jordan comes
Kidding
in,
me?
does an axe
I
kick,
got so many options.
kick somebody's desk in half.
Yeah.
I bet, dude, he could punch someone's.
Dude, he
fucking
creed
desk in
someone
half,
up.
right? You know what I mean? Creed up that desk. Damn, dude, it was good. Though. It was cool. I liked it.
People are asking about the frame rate. Did you guys have frame rate problems watching it? I didn't notice.
No, yeah, I didn't.
But I didn't have a problem. To be full disclosure, I didn't have a problem with the trailer. That
I mean,
people
it's
had.
different.
Well,
But
because like stylistically, it's a lower frame rate than.
the characters are. So like
the action isn't.
the
yeah.
action
yeah.
and the characters are two different like speeds, I guess. But I did not have any problem with it watching it.
I didn't notice
Watching it in full. And I mean, granted, of course, we watched like, you know, it wasn't 100% done what we watched.
I think Gray said it was 70%.
I think it was about 70. Like the first half we watched was like 70%, and then the second half was less.
I guess it's one of those things where
So
it's
there was
like
a lot
the
of
first
stuff that
time
wasn't
you see
finished,
it, you're like,
but-
well, I'm aware of this, but
I
then you
had-
just forget about it after 30 seconds.
I had a very Wind Waker like reaction to it, Zelda, which is very stylized. It's like weird cell shading and very, very different from anything they ever made. And I remember like being a big Zelda fan when it was coming out for the GameCube. I hated it. I was like,
A lot of
I don't
people
like-
did.
I don't like how this looks. I think it's stupid. I'm gonna hate this game.
Like the sea would be all like one color of blue with like white
Yep.
in it.
Didn't like it at all. I played the game 5 minutes and I didn't notice it at all. That's one of my favorite Zeldas. That's probably my second favorite
Really?
Zelda game. Period. Now it's probably like Ocarina, Wind Waker, and then maybe Link to the Past. But I felt like that with Genlock.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is fucking good. Like I said, it was early. It's not finished. There's plenty of stuff that like wasn't animated, and they would have like literally notes on the screen like there should be an explosion here.
Yeah.
But I got into it. It was cool.
I felt like the frame rate was gonna get to me, but it like you were saying, it was totally different during the action scenes. So I was like, oh, okay, like where shit's hitting the fan, it's actually moving at a faster frame rate, seems like. And then it was just like during the conversations with like people that it seems like it was, you know, different. And I was like, oh, I'm okay with that. Like the action's like up to par.
I didn't really have an opinion, honestly, either way.
Yeah.
Like kind of like Jeff. I didn't.
I just
I was like
noticed it.
whatever. Like beforehand, like trailers and stuff like
Yeah.
that. The show, I was just like,
I agree with Jeff's immersion. Felt like I didn't notice it, but even in the beginning, whenever I first watched the trailers and things like that, and it was pointed out to me, it just reminded me of like Enter the Spider-Verse. So I felt like it was very, very similar.
Speaking of
Which
frame
I'm
rate, did
damn
you see
excited
that PSA that Tom Cruise made about turning off motion?
I did.
I know he did. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really weird. I mean, I agree with what he's saying. I don't think it's like, listen to me, you have to. like it's all about like watching a movie the way the filmmaker intended it. But really, you just watch the movie however you want, in my opinion. I mean, I'll turn it off. I think that looks like shit when you.
I think that's kind of like the thing, right? Is of like you're going out of your way to make it look shittier,
yeah.
and then that might affect like opinions on the work, right?
It was just something. It was just so
when you're
weird
like,
to
you're
be.
making it bad, but then you don't like it because of what you've done.
Yeah, he was just very passionate about it. I was like, where's this come from? Why is he so mad?
It was random.
Yeah.
But I like it. I support that kind of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I like that shit's good for games.
Nice. That one was
I
awesome.
actually
Again,
have this.
Jeff, another fart.
Because on my TV, I set like how much smoothing I want. Some games I don't want any at all. But with Red Dead, I play in first person, and the sides of the frame like
It's
start
beautiful.
juddering for me if I'm like looking around too much. So I put on like 3 out of 10 smoothing, and that's like it's like whatever you're doing is a
Mine,
different.
for me, it really helped, and it was the first TV I ever had it with, was Skyrim.
Oh yeah.
Like, it was a huge difference to me for Skyrim, of like whipping around on a huge TV in first person. I really liked the adding that like smooth, so it wasn't like blurred as you're whipping around. But for movies, it does make them look weird.
Yeah, I don't think there's any need for it in a movie, unless it's like The Hobbit and it's double frame rate anyway.
What's also
Who's
like
watching The Hobbit anyway?
I hey now. It's alright.
Hey, now what? Come on.
Alright.
We're watching all
It's
the Lord
one
of the Rings
book,
right
man.
now.
Come on.
They shouldn't have split it into 3 movies.
3
I agree.
movies? Come on. You're reaching there.
Working my way. We're rewatching all these movies with Jackie right now.
Nice.
What? The Hobbit?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Where are you up to?
Lord of the Rings is great.
Up to the third one, The King.
Return of the
I think I like
King.
the second one the best.
Really?
good
Yeah,
fights
that
in that
battle at Helm's Deep.
Hell yeah.
Legolas is on the shield like da 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 da.
I just like the little like back and forth that they've got, like keeping count of how many they've got.
Yeah.
I just like
Gimli. Yeah.
how
Nice
much
way
of
to separate the
the
action.
how much of the trilogy is practical and how many actors they had to get involved with the productions. Like there's little to no CGI here. This is all actually happening.
There's
there's
some
more than you
CG.
think,
It's
but
not. It doesn't
it's
hold
not-
up.
not
It's
like
used
nowadays.
sparingly.
Yeah.
in
CG is
comparison
not
to The
holding
Hobbit.
up. I'll tell you that much. And also the second one, the Ents, the scene with the Ents,
Yeah.
so fucking long, and they talk so slow.
Let's talk about CGI too with the Hobbits, or like in comparison to Lord of the Rings. Have you seen the gift set? I think there's video behind the scenes of Benedict Cumberbatch playing Smaug, and he's in the suit doing mocap, but he's like sealing on the ground, like I'm a
Yeah, he
dragon.
looks like a freak. But at least that's like that comes across in the performance.
It
in the
does.
movie. He
It's
looks like a lunatic.
I just read this. I didn't realize this. He obviously Doctor Strange. He also played Dormammu,
Yeah.
the big bad guy in Doctor Strange. He played both.
What was
the
the
whole
bad
I
guy
didn't
there?
know that.
the whole ending scene where he kept looping time and he's like, no, the like, giant demon
was
guy.
like,
in another
Dormammu.
dimension. That was him.
Over and over
He
and
played
over.
both.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I just read that the other day.
Well, it's like Andy Serkis was King Kong and he was in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
No, if Lord of the Rings holds up well, it's the
Andy Serkis is
CGI
anything.
is starting to lose itself.
Andy
Is
Serkis
it?
is fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
he is awesome. He is awesome.
I saw him
Oh, he's great.
in Singapore. I was just filming in Singapore and I just walked right by him. I was like,
What?
Oh, really?
That's crazy.
Were you filming him in Singapore, like following him?
no, we were doing
he
like
have
a
one arm?
we were doing an intro on the pool of this big hotel and he was just standing there. He was just walking by in a bathrobe. I was
Cool.
like, bloody Andy
That is
Serkis.
pretty cool.
And then I was like, where's that Andy Serkis? And then 2 bodyguards were behind him. I was like,
Yes,
Andy
it was.
Serkis.
Yeah,
Correct.
must be.
Who else was on that
Korea.
list of actors who played a separate
I
part
don't
of the movie?
remember.
that you
It was
can't-
just like, I think it was some random, I think it was like a BuzzFeed thing. It's like half of it was just like stupid, right? It was like 25 films or like 15 films where you didn't know the actor played 2 people. And like Benedict Cumberbatch was in there. And I never looked at the credits for Doctor Strange. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. But then it would be like did you know Mel Brooks was the guy in Spaceballs? He was the president and the,
was Scrooge
the
and-
Yoda character. And I was like, well, no
Yogurt.
shit.
Yeah.
That's the whole joke. Like, obviously. There was
you
like
know
half the list was
That
that.
Eddie Murphy was all of the clumps.
It was like half the list was like, yeah, duh.
One straight up was like, did you know that Michael J. Fox played young Marty McFly?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like in Back to the Future 2, Michael J. Fox played multiple characters. So yeah, it was his whole goddamn family. That was the joke. Who the hell is blown away by that? That would be funny.
Someone said if I could talk about the Omen.
I'll tell you.
I haven't seen episode 2 yet.
part 2 yet.
Here, before you talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
that, you know, talking about movies, you watching it, but sometimes you don't have time to watch. This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Audible. It's the time of the year when everyone is thinking about gifts. What about giving yourself the gift of an Audible membership? I love using Audible. They have an unbeatable selection of audiobooks. I'm a big fan of Harry Potter. They have every Harry Potter book. I've listened to a couple of them. And they also have the new Crimes of Grindelwald screenplay from the new movie that just came out. So, maybe you don't have time to go to the movie, watch the movie, throw on that audiobook. And, you can just see the action in your mind's eye. Give yourself the gift of listening. Listen on any device, anytime, anywhere. And while you're at it, think about giving the gift of Audible to someone on your list. Go to audible.com/offtopic or text offtopic to 500-500 and browse their bestsellers, motivation, mysteries, thrillers, sci-fi, memoirs, and more. Try it out. As an Audible member, you can choose 3 titles every month, 1 audiobook and 2 Audible originals you can't hear anywhere else. Plus, your books are yours to keep. With Audible, you can go back and re-listen anytime, even if you cancel your membership. Didn't like your audiobook? Exchange it. No questions asked. Right now, for a limited time, you can get 3 months of Audible for just $6.95 a month. That's more than half off the regular price. Go to audible.com/offtopic or text offtopic to 500-500. Help me thank Audible for supporting Off Topic by audibleizing your life. Audible. Read a book with your mind's eye as you listen. It is also nice to like hear someone capable of read the book. You know, where it's not like, and then Harry walked through the door. Because that's like how I read. And then you have like actually someone like reading it with like bravado and like acting it out is a nice change of pace.
I like when they get dramatic with the two. They're like, and then Harry walked through the door.
It's good. It's like the complete opposite of listening to Trevor and Jeremy try and read on Awu yesterday.
Goddamn, Michael
can't
told the
read.
funniest joke that was not captured.
It was bad.
Jeremy was trying to read on Awu, and Michael just looked over to me. He goes, "You gotta start hiring people that aren't goddamn illiterate."
I was like, you gotta start hiring people who can read, really. And then it just kept happening.
so funny.
Then Alfredo was laughing, and then there was a point they just kept reading, and I looked at Alfredo and I just went like this, like it's like, I say you, and they're like, what is that? What is that saying?
Jeremy did a read, and then like 5 minutes later, Trevor was trying to read something else. And Michael just goes, and I just lost my shit.
Hey, you know how you have those moments where, like you had with LeVar Burton, where you meet famous people and you don't realize how famous they are?
Yeah.
I had one of those that I realized yesterday. Do you remember when
I'm
we were
not
doing?
that famous, Jeff. But thank you.
Do you remember when we were doing the YouTube Creator Summit in Brooklyn? You and Dan and I. And we had to go all those little workshops and meet all these
Yeah.
other people. And like we had lunch with that Rosanna Pansino girl and all that. There was another girl there named Lindsay who was really nice.
Lindsay
and
Sterling?
yeah. And I talked to her a few times,
Violin.
and I was like, "What do you do?" And she was like, "Oh, I play violin." And I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever. I play
She's
video games."
legit.
I was at Target last night, and there was a huge display selling her Christmas album. And it was like, you walk into Target, and it's Lindsay Sterling.
She is huge. She does.
And so I started Googling it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this lady's famous.
She's touring all the time. It's insanity. And I think
I had
she was
no
on
idea. I feel
she
like
was
such
on one
an
of
asshole.
those
I mean, I was
talent
nice to
shows.
her.
She's on a talent show, and Piers Morgan said that she sucked or something.
Oh, really?
And now she's
I felt like
way
a real
bigger than Piers
dipshit.
Morgan.
Not that I was I'm mean to her or anything. I was super nice to her, but I was just like, oh my god, this lady was like way bigger than I had no
Yeah.
idea. I was like, oh, she plays violin. Cool.
Now,
That's
did
the
you
cool
know what
thing
Rosanna
about-
Pansino did or no?
Yeah, I'd heard of her. Yeah.
That's the cool thing though, when you go to those events and you chat to someone, and because everyone is like, we're all each other's peers.
Yeah.
You kind of chat to each other, just like normal people, and then everyone's quite modest, and then you look them up after, and it's like, damn, these
Yeah.
people are
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
See, I always have the opposite at conventions because I'm a nerd, and I also like to be well versed whenever I come into a convention and go, okay, I know this person does this, This person
Smart.
does that. So I don't accidentally insult them or do something stupid. But I always like unintentionally are like way too nice or personable with them, and they don't know who I am. So for example, like Henry Winkler walked into the room recently, like a green room, and I instinctively went, "Hey, buddy, like how's it going?" He's like, "I don't know who you are." Like, hello, nice
I
to
feel
talk
like
to
I'm
you.
the opposite.
I heard he's a really nice guy in person.
He was super nice, yeah. And then like I accidentally physically ran into David Tennant, and before he knew
Tackled
who
him.
we were, yeah, and Genlock, etc.
Somebody said she did a Halo cover. You think you would know that, Jeff? Do you think I know everything that's ever happened about Halo?
Please.
Do you think I'm like the repository for all knowledge of Halo? I'm not.
Goodness,
Well, I'm shocked.
yeah.
I haven't made Red vs. Blue in 8 years.
But yeah, I physically ran into David Tennant like an idiot. And then after the initial impact and backup, like, oh shit, you're David Tennant. I did like recognizable face and I went like, oh hey, like same thing. Like, how you doing? And he was like, good, weirdo girl. Like, get away from me.
Damn.
Well, I'm glad you're representing us out there.
I'm just way too nice. And he'd just be like, all right.
I didn't think that. Somebody said that they're with Jeff on this. I never said that she was a. Somebody said that they heard she was like a jerk in person. I didn't say that. She was very nice
You
to me.
didn't say that at all.
yeah.
I said I just didn't know who she was.
I read that too.
Who are they
I'm
talking
like,
about?
what? Are they, that Lin, I guess that
Like,
Lindsay
they were like,
Sterling?
I'm with Jeff. I heard she's not nice.
I never said that. She said she was
lovely.
perfectly lovely.
But also,
Where'd you pull that
regardless, like
from?
he didn't say that at all. He just said he didn't know who she was.
All right.
I just said I didn't know who she was, and she was very like, she was like, oh, I play the violin on YouTube, and I was like, oh, okay. I play video games on YouTube. I just didn't know that she was like infinitely more famous than I am.
Yeah.
Until
I
I
am
went to Target last night.
Damn jealous that you guys
Extreme
been hanging
talent.
out with Rosanna though. I wanna bake stuff with her.
Rosanna Pansino?
She was
bake with
very
you.
nice.
Oh, she's
heard
one of
she's
the
tiny.
nicest people.
She is.
Yeah,
tiny.
she's little.
She's a joy.
They did a cool thing. I think we probably talked about it, but they did a cool thing where we had lunches we had to have together, and they were separated by astrological sign, which was great for me because Gavin and I are both Geminis.
Gemini table.
So Gavin and I got to
is
eat lunch together
Pansino.
every day. But that's how I met Pansino, and there were some other cool people there. So mean. Oh my god, I love you guys.
You're mean, Jeff? Yeah, you're mean.
mean, dude.
Dude, you want to know something crazy? I was waiting to tell you this morning.
Oh.
I wet the bed last night.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened? You dream it?
Yeah. Blew my mind.
Dude, that
Blew my
it
mind.
gets you.
Blew my mind, right? Now I'll set this up. I can only expect what happened here, right? So, when you're a kid,
Just trying.
Can we please,
Broadcast
before you
is
even
laughing
start,
at you.
please mark this for animation.
market.
From now.
Yeah.
Now, when you're a kid, a lot of times, like when you piss in your dreams, you piss your pants.
Very
right?
familiar with the feeling. Yeah.
And then as like an adult, hopefully, your brain just learns like, no, you're dreaming. Even in the dream, you don't know. Like I piss all the time in my dreams, and I don't piss my pants, right? Because it's like that disconnect where it's like when you're awake, your body instinctively like won't piss when you're wearing clothes. you
Like,
know?
I
Like,
couldn't piss now.
I could. If I had to go right now, I'd be like dying and like I'd have to go, but like it wouldn't just start coming out. Like something would blow up inside of me first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know what the hell the dream's about at all. But I gotta take a shit is the dream. So I
Oh,
go and
I
I
think you
sit
did
down on a
shit.
toilet, and you always pee when you take a shit, right?
Can't not.
So I sit down to take a shit, and in the dream, Lindsay's like on the phone. I can hear her outside the room, and I start pissing. And literally, I wake up, and I'm like, oh, I'm pissing. And what happened was, I don't know how this happened, like in the middle of the night. It was also 7 o'clock in the morning. So it was like not the middle of the night, right? So what happened was, I assume I had like morning boner, right? But somehow it had gotten, when you like daytime boner, you could like flip it up to like hide it
Yeah, up into the waistband.
up in the waistband.
Dude, I've never done that. That's a.
Oh, that's Wow.
That's how you hide your boner.
How do you avoid pushing out?
Exactly.
I put my hand in my pocket and I hold it down.
No. That's way too
Oh, that's bush league shit, dude.
Yeah, no.
Amateur.
No, you flip it up, and then the waistband, like
We're all
it
sat there
keeps it
like
straight
this.
up.
Alfredo's like,
Yeah,
That's nuts.
yeah. So somehow that
went
had,
from 6 to midnight.
that had happened. So my dick was coming out the top of my pants, and my brain was like, "Well, your dick's out." So I woke up because my back was wet. Here's the best part. I didn't piss my pants. My pants were totally dry.
You just pissed on your
pissed,
stomach.
like, on my stomach and
Oh
the back
my
of my shirt.
God.
And I wake up and I told Lindsay, I'm like, I pissed my pants. And she's like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, I wet the bed. And I was like, holy shit, like that's crazy. And then like again, it was so shocking. I got up, went to the bathroom. I pissed for like 20 more seconds. Like it didn't even all come out.
No, it keeps going.
Were you drunk last night?
Nothing.
No.
Didn't
So,
drink.
I would-
didn't take like any sleeping pill. Nothing.
Maybe it just seeped
nothing.
out because surely if it was like this, it would have gone. The pressure would have brought it much higher.
No,
Do you guys have a
it was
Nest
no- it
camera
was
or
no
something you
seep.
can look at?
It was no seep. I'm telling you, I started
alas.
peeing and I must have woken up in 5 seconds.
Dude, I
Man, did
And
you
I was
change
just
the
like,
sheets?
no, I put a towel. I was too lazy. I put a towel on the bed, and I was like, dude, that's like fucking Iris. I just went to the bathroom. I fucking changed my shirt.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
washed off. Right. I put a towel back on. I went to bed. I'm like, and then when we got up later, I'm like, I gotta wash the sheets later. I pissed the bed.
Put down
no, it
newspaper and
happens.
stick
Yeah. It
last-
doesn't happen.
What was it? Last time I pissed the bed, I was like 25.
And I was just like crazy.
were you
It
ill,
must
though, or
have
like-
been because
No.
my dick was out. It must have. That's the only thing I can
only-
explain.
no
Because you
explanation.
went from 6 to midnight and the tip was poking out.
That was it.
You were
Mentally
lucky you didn't
you're
piss
out.
in your face.
I know.
Yeah, I could
I
have been
couldn't
like
believe it.
all up in your chin.
I couldn't believe it.
For a test, you should sleep with your dick out, like through the
See,
fly
but that's the
hole.
thing. I've slept with no pants on before. I don't do it usually, but I've done it. But maybe that's like my brain knows.
Yeah, because I sleep naked sometimes.
I don't
and I
usually
think, like,
do it, but I have done it.
if I'm naked, is my dick gonna know?
There's so many times I've woken up where I'm just pissing like crazy. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm an adult. I didn't piss my pants. I didn't piss the bed.
See, my body doesn't
Today,
work like that.
It failed me today.
So what
If
happened
I-
with you?
Oh, I've come to realize that without fail, if I go to bed with too much liquid in my body, the dream happens. And then it's always the same dream. It's like I walk into a bathroom and I sit down and I go, wait, is this a dream? It's not a dream. I'm not dreaming. This is real. I'm actually on a toilet right now. I'm not gonna piss the bed. This is what I say to myself in my dream all the time. I even
thing is-
slap myself around a bit. I'm like, all right,
Wow.
I'm good.
But if you have to ask yourself that, because that never happens in real life. Like I've never been on a toilet in real life thinking, man, is this a dream?
Oh, I know. My
So the fact
mind's
that you're
a-
questioning it means it's definitely a dream.
My mind loves to deceive me. So I sit there, I even slap myself around a little bit and I go, all right, it's safe. And then I just start letting loose. And all of a sudden I wake up, I'm just fucking wet in my bed. I'm like,
Damn.
shit. Then yeah, you gotta change. You gotta scrub down a little bit.
How do you
maybe
get
put
out of the
towel.
mattress?
Yeah.
Like, because unless you have one of those piss guards on the mattress, doesn't it just
I don't
go
have a
all the
piss
way
guard,
through?
but I do have a mattress cover, and also it wasn't like it was a very thin layer of piss.
Okay.
But it was enough to like leave like a
Oh
spot
man,
on the bed.
I've gotten to the
No.
point where I've had to replace the mattress because it's just like
That's
soaked right
crazy.
through.
This isn't TMI, but Michael luckily didn't hit me with any piss at all.
No, she didn't
I was
believe me.
clean.
I woke up, I'm
didn't.
like,
No,
I
it
pissed
never-
the bed. And she's like, yeah, whatever.
Yo, just shut the fuck. Well, Michael does shit like that all the time. He's like, I just shat myself. I'm
I
like,
do
okay.
tell her I shit my pants
I'm like,
all the time.
Look,
why are you waking me up for this?
as someone who has pissed the bed many a times, it never seeps over to whoever's next to you.
Oh, nice.
Because if you're pissing that much, what happens is the mattress starts to soak it up.
Well, and also you're making a divot, so you
Yeah.
have to travel
So
uphill.
it's just like it's all
Well,
just
yeah,
Unless
soaking
you're
right in.
Spooning.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're laying in it.
Somebody asked if I was proud. I am proud of you guys, and here's why.
Thank you.
I bet most of you watching this aren't brave enough to tell anybody you peed the bed.
Oh, I didn't give a shit.
Let alone tell
no.
the world.
I didn't give a shit. man.
That's
These
why I like
people on
being
this,
in this group,
these
honestly.
people in this room on this podcast right now are fucking fearless,
Yeah.
and I'm very proud of you.
Well, that's like.
Oh,
I
no.
woke up this morning, I pissed the bed, and I was like, I gotta talk about this on the podcast.
It's like when I bust into Gavin's room, I'm like, I just shit the sofa.
Yeah, and that day where I shit myself 5 or 6 times in the same
Yeah.
day, I would have
was
kept
7.
that to myself. Was it? I
Yeah.
would have kept that to myself before I moved here.
Oh, man.
But I've got people who not only have done it themselves, but be proud of me for telling the story.
And can help you
it's
navigate
very-
through because
yeah.
they've shared the
And
experience.
I
That's
hope
what I
that
did. Alfredo's
bleeds,
throwing out mattresses.
I hope that bleeds into the audience. I hope people in the audience, if you shit or piss yourself, let some friends
it's
know.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's funny.
It's fine.
It's embarrassing, but
Especially
it's funny.
if you're a woman. Like, you guys have piss dreams. I've never had piss dreams, but like, from a period in high school up until middle of college, if you laugh too hard as a woman, you're going to piss your pants. It's going to happen. Or if you're pregnant.
No, it's true.
Would you be annoyed if your significant others pissed on you or you pissed on them? Do you think there'd be a
Like in a
if you,
sex
if you
way,
pissed
or-
on Jackie, would she be like, dude, or would she be like, that's funny?
If we were in the shower, she'd think it's funny, maybe.
But not if you peed on her while she was asleep.
yeah, no.
What if
She'd
she
be like,
was in
"What
the
the
shower?
I still don't know. Are you like going peeing on her,
Yeah.
or are you wetting the bed and she's getting wet? Which scenario are we?
Like,
Here?
explain this to you. You can piss the bed all you want. It's not gonna leak over.
I know that, but I'm just asking his question. Like,
Well, like,
are you saying if he wet the bed and she got wet,
Yeah.
or just like I'm gonna piss on you?
well, okay,
it's
so
two different
well, you say,
things.
Here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. Here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Here's what we're gonna do. Drink a bunch of water before you go to bed tonight.
Nope.
Cuddle
of those
up
toilets.
next to Jackie, and then pee. see what happens.
If you spoon her, you'll pee on her.
And then if you pee on her, be like, oh, no, I'm so sorry. And then record her reactions. And then about a month from now, wait till she falls asleep. At 3 a.m, set your alarm, get up, and then just stand over her and pee on her a little bit.
Wow.
And when she wakes up, gauge that reaction, and we'll see how she handles both.
I can tell you exactly how it's gonna happen. At first, you'd be like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And I'd be like, "I'm sorry, I accidentally pissed the bed. I was snuggling you. I wanted to give you some love and affection. That was too much love and affection." And she'd be like, "Fucking whatever should happen." The second part,
happens.
just pissing on her. She'll fucking cut my dick off.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you're gonna get cut.
Yeah.
But in the shower, you said it's all right.
I mean,
But what if you're assume if you're both in the shower,
Yeah.
that's fine. What if she's in the shower, you're fully clothed, but you open the shower door and just pee onto her while she's in the shower?
Okay, that one is I don't know what the response is.
Right.
I would just question.
Yeah,
Is that-
I would
what
question
are you thinking?
myself.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Is that where Achievement Hunter's going? Are we going to start peeing on each other?
I mean, look,
Just
we've
walk
been
in. Is
together
that where we
for a long
escalate
time,
to?
you know?
In this scenario, Alfredo, I feel like this is the peeing in the pool versus peeing into the pool arguments. Location.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. Like, yeah, that's a rough one. She won't be happy. It's just determined like how much am I gonna piss her off.
Goodness. I've never been accidentally peed on by my significant other. Iris is another story, but she gets a pass.
That was
I
it
don't
too.
think I've ever been peed on. Well, except for Millie.
I changed Iris last night before we went to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, in our situation.
And she had already peed because like she'll pee in the middle of the night. So we tried to change her like late at night to catch it so she wouldn't have to like wash her sheets and all that shit in the morning.
Yeah, we don't want her sleeping in piss.
So
That's
I
like-
Why don't
changed
babies
her.
sleep in a bucket?
I don't know, man. I just don't know.
Suck up.
So I changed her at 1, and she had already peed. It was like a little bit, but I was like, damn, like she already peed. Like I had to change her. Fortunately, she's like out, and I'll just like wipe her, change her pants, all that shit. So I changed her, and then I told Lindsay, and I was like, yeah, she already peed, like before even like I assume she pisses herself sometime in the middle of the night. And she's like, fuck. Then I went to bed. Then I pissed the bed. Then woke up in the morning, she pissed the bed again. And I was
Damn
like,
it.
man, everybody just pissed in the bed. This house is just full of people pissed in the bed. I go to Lindsay, I go,
Not
pissed-
this
you
guy.
pissed in the bed?
Nope.
Oh, and then she's like, no. And I go, you can tell me if you did. That's fine. That was our conversation on the way to work today. I was asking her if she peed the bed.
No, wait till I sneeze and I'll pee a little bit.
So what is that? What is the difference in anatomy where a woman's
I don't know.
piss is
It
like
just
on
flies
the,
out, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it
It's like at the
is our
ready.
penis like an extra stopper?
I think it's like an extra hose where it's like got to go
Yeah,
through some
there you
loops
go.
or something.
In my experience, it was like you're laughing so hard at something that's happening, and all of a sudden your body is like, "Fuck you!" Like everything
Weird.
goes.
I mean, I coughed and pissed the other night when we were playing Blackout. Just had a big cough and like I eked out. If
did, I never
if
forgot
I was
about
gonna
that.
judge it by the puddle, it was like the length of my penis's pipe came out. I was just holding piss in the actual penis.
Oh yeah.
and
So
that-
it's like
that was-
like if you like take a straw and dip it in and put your finger
It was
on the top
exactly
of it,
that, yeah.
then you
Yeah,
release
about
it.
that
You get that
much.
amount.
or is
It's
it
much-
like
much
after
smaller.
you take a shower, if you drain it?
Oh, your dick's
right,
smaller
it
than a
just
straw,
dribbles
huh?
out.
cute.
I
Damn.
mean, straw is pretty big.
Yeah.
It's a silly straw. It's flat.
His just loops around a couple
Pixie
times.
stick straws,
It's like a pig dick.
pretty large.
Like Jingle Jangle. Because Jingle Jangle, they put it in Pixie Sticks.
Oh yeah. I know.
You guys are, yeah.
I know.
You
I got
guys
there.
aren't up on
I got there.
Riverdale.
I got the jingle jangle.
I'm a week behind.
I'm
gotta get
way
back into
behind.
It's
it.
fucking dumb as shit.
The Riverdale
Oh, yeah.
cast did
It's
it.
so
It's
good.
CW shit.
It's so good. When you get this is the D&D season,
I really gotta get
with the
there.
Goblin King and stuff. But when you get to like the flashbacks to the 70s, oh my god, it's fucking awesome. Where they all play their parents.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
okay, that makes sense because I saw something about FP and I was like, well, that's Jughead though.
Yeah,
I didn't realize he was playing FP in a flashback.
yeah.
Oh,
They yeah.
that
It's,
sounds entertaining.
I think it
Is
was,
it groovy?
I just don't want to spoil it for you. It's just fucking stupid though. It's great. It's dumb. It's fun. Stupid.
it
but
was
it's
near
stupid.
Comic Con. The cast of Riverdale. I think it was like Betty, Archie's father, Betty's mother, and one other person I can't remember who.
Veronica, because I am in love with Veronica.
No, she was not there. Alas.
Or Cheryl.
Cheryl's beautiful too. But they did an interview right before us, so it was like the Ruby cast going on afterwards, and like, not trying to discourage anyone in Ruby, but because we can't compare. But as they left the stage, I was like, God, everyone on the CW is just like fucking gorgeous as hell. How do you?
I mean,
do
it is a requirement.
How do you do this?
You do it because it's a requirement. They don't get lucky. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
They're like Adonises.
They pick the most
They really
beautiful
are.
people ever. That's what the CW is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like shit. You got hired in the CW and you're gorgeous. Wow, look at that.
That guy that plays
They go for that.
that guy that plays Archie, I don't know the actor's name.
dude.
His abs have abs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I was watching the first episode and he took it and he had his shirt off and I was like, whoa, damn.
Yeah.
I'm in love with Archie.
Yeah.
I know.
And I'm
Shit,
rolling up
you get
my hoodie.
You're like, maybe I am gay.
Yeah, dude.
I've only seen one episode. I just remember liking that Shelley or what was on Twin Peaks was in it.
Oh yeah, Imagine Amick.
Dude, we were talking about
She
this,
plays
what was it?
Betty's mom.
Last week. The oh damn, he's ripped. Good place, Chewy.
Yeah.
God,
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Jesus.
Yeah, like we caught up. We were talking about this outside. I
Hold
knew you talked about it
Yeah,
before, but we were talking about this outside of work. Like we caught up on Good Place.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not, like,
watched.
Oh, you guys
all-
are totally caught up on
Well,
Good
I
Place?
was.
Yeah, I
I'm
watched
probably
all
got, like,
of
one
it,
behind
yeah.
or something.
I think I
keep-
might be
I
one
keep
behind.
waiting.
But I
for
caught
that
up,
next
and it's
episode.
like 3 seasons in, and then one episode, Chidi just takes his shirt off, and he's fucking
You're like,
ripped.
what the
Like,
fuck?
whoa!
What am I looking
Is that part
at?
of the plot that he's ripped, or is it he just?
They
ripped?
make jokes about
mention it here and there, but literally I took it as a joke every
Yeah.
time. Like, not that he's
Well,
out of shape, but he's just like a nerdy guy,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
And there's like, ah, yeah.
And then there's
Chewy.
one scene where he's just like,
Chidi's ripped, yeah,
something
shit.
sets him off, and he's like, "I'm out, I'm done, like I'm broken."
Yeah.
And he's walking through a grassy area, and a bunch of sprinklers go off, and it's like, you know, they're like getting kicked while he's down. He's like, and he just takes his shirt off, and he's ripped.
Just-
and I was like, "Whoa!" Blew my
Fucking
mind.
That's
ripped.
awesome.
Abs,
I literally,
pecs,
that moment, I was like,
everything.
"You are an actor.
Yep.
You are an actor."
Yes.
sir."
I thought you were
'Cause
this
he was like,
nerdy
"I'm a
guy
nerd,
the
nerd,
whole
nerd."
time.
It's like I immediately
Dude,
Googled
fucking
him and saw
ripped.
like all his beautiful headshots. And
That
stuff after
show
that.
Holy
is fucking
shit.
phenomenal
It is amazing.
at progressing a story that you don't think that they can continue.
I was
you
like, this has
each
gotta end
new
after
season,
this
you're like,
season.
well, this is it. Like, how, there's no way they get a season 2.
Keeps
No way
going.
they get a season 3. And then you're like, I had no clue what they were going to do with this
Yep.
show going into season 3. It's been fantastic. Each episode's better than the last.
And there's so many times
Such a great show.
there's an arc where just like, oh, this is gonna stretch for like 3 seasons, and it's like done in like an episode.
They
or two.
move things along.
And that
great.
Kristen Bell, I mean, we love her because of Veronica Mars, obviously.
I love her for Reefer Madness, but yes, go on.
That Kristen Bell is such a great comedic actress. She is so good in that show.
I feel like she is.
That character
wasted
doesn't deserve
so-
to be as good as it is.
She's wasted so much in the movies that she's in. Like Sarah Marshall and what was the other one where she's kind of just like a side, like
The
pushover
Boss.
or like
She was in The
worst.
Boss with Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, but it's like she's so damn funny. Why isn't she ever like the
Couples
comedic
retreat.
lead in the movie?
I don't know. Well, especially in the Boss, she's like
She's humble.
she's the straight man version to Melissa McCarthy's like Insanity.
Yeah.
So yeah, they kind of toned her down a little bit.
She's phenomenal.
You
I
love
love-
Tahani so much. Dude, she is awesome and pretty. And I like how much she shits on other celebrities.
She's been going at the diet,
Yes.
the shit yourself diet pills, and
Yeah, she has. She's cool because she does not give a fuck. And she's like really smart. At least comes across as very smart too.
yeah, and it's
Don't
ballsy,
fuck with that lady.
It's ballsy to be, I guess, that famous and go that hard at something and be that passionate outwardly on Twitter and
Doesn't
like,
seem to give a shit though.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
I can really respect her, especially critiques about like marketing for female like bodies, basically, and like how shitty it is
Yeah.
for women to try and like achieve this standard that we have for beauty. And she's like, nah, just do your
Yeah, I
thing.
think she was given some complexes as a kid by all that stuff. She's
Probably.
like, that sucks.
Yeah.
There's no need for it.
Also, that guy, that character Jason, has no right being as funny as it is. Like it should be annoying and overbearing.
I was like, I'm gonna hate this
and
guy.
lazy.
and
It
just like
lazy.
it's like lazy writing,
It just still
but it
keeps being
works.
funny.
It just
I thought it was gonna get old fast, and then like it just kept going, and then now there's like pieces around him, like
The fucking-
Donkey Doug.
Donkey Doug is the best. Donkey Doug. And then you found out Donkey Doug's his dad.
That's my dad. It's like, what?
It's like
He tried to fucking rob a fucking fast food restaurant on your dad. I also love too, like that's the funniest moment in the show to me is when he has the reveal of how he's gonna die and
He
he suffocates in a safe, but he
yeah.
brought the fucking
He brought a snorkel,
snorkel.
Yeah.
He's like,
to have inside the safe.
It's not funny, but it's executed so well. It's funny.
yeah.
Who's
Oh.
Ted Danson's assistant? Janet? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Janet, yeah.
Janet,
she's
I love
great.
her.
She can act.
She's in something else too. I saw recently.
Because the Janet as a character initially is very just like straightforward, and then it just the progression.
Bad
It's
Janet's
like
great,
robotic.
It's
you know,
great.
but then she gains a character, and then Bad Janet is a
Yeah.
bitch.
too. And because I've been going back and watching the Medium, the Medium Place. I've been watching Workaholics, and the lady in the Medium Place that they go to meet, the one who wants the cocaine all the time and videos them having sex.
Yeah.
She is one of the main characters in Workaholics, and I had never seen her in anything before, and she's great in those two roles. She plays like the boss. I can't remember her name. Anne or Alice in Workaholics, which y'all should absolutely watch. I know Lindsay watches it, but yeah,
I like
that's all I have to say about that.
I will say I think my favorite
It's a good
work
piece.
of Kristen Bell and I think her best work is the Sloth video.
Veronica Mars.
I've been watching Veronica,
Veronica
Mars. The sloth video. What's her husband's name?
Dax Shepard.
Dax Shepard.
Yeah. I was
yes.
like, I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. The sloth video.
When you showed her a video of a sloth and she started crying, I
yeah,
was like, it's
but I'm just
so
like you're saying
cute.
that's not. She wasn't acting. That's just a
that's
video
a-
we
We know
took of
this.
her.
Yeah.
Speaking of other good stuff, have you guys been watching South Park this season?
No.
It's fucking great. I was kind of out of it last season. I wasn't like that into it, and this season has been awesome.
Damn.
You really should check
Good
it
they're
out.
still going.
It
what
is
is it
great.
like? What season is it? 20 something, right?
Who knows? But like all the Integrity Farm stuff has been really good, and this week's I won't spoil, but this week's episode was really really good.
What season is The Simpsons on currently?
30.
I think it's in the 30s. I think it's in the 30s.
Like, it's very impressive. At what point is it just sad that they're still making it? Because I feel
When
like
it sucks.
you can see the
when it
viewers.
sucks, and I don't think it does. I mean, I don't
Still
make
good?
a point of
I mean, I don't watch it.
going out of my way to watch it, but every once in a while I'll throw it on Hulu, and it's like just as good. There was a Workaholics movie, or do you mean the Game Over Man Netflix movie with the characters, with the actors? Yes. I'm not aware of a Workaholics movie. Yeah.
Is Bloodline any good? Have you seen that on Netflix?
No, what is that? What's blowing on?
All right. Tony wants to watch it.
Dude, I've seen things on Netflix and then I've read descriptions and watched the first 5 minutes of 1,000 shows.
Oh,
Yeah.
all the time.
All the time. And it's like my interview process. Like, dance for me. What do you got?
What did we watch last night? Was it Super Drags? What are they called?
Yes.
What's it called?
That sounds like.
Yes, that show
It's
is insane. There's only 5 episodes.
So we were doing some research on it. Apparently the show. Yeah, sorry. I was trying to after Michael showed it to me. Apparently it started in Brazil and now they've dubbed it in English. But it's 3 drag race star superheroes who fight crime, a la Magic Girl, like Sailor Moon.
But like
style.
like
I'm about
RuPaul's
this.
Drag Race, or like their drag
no,
race.
these are, like,
No,
some of the
they
voice
race cars.
actors are
They're
from.
all like from the RuPaul crew.
Yeah.
Like the 3
Oh,
main
but they're not
characters.
like racing
No, they're
cars.
drag
They're
queens.
Okay,
They're
drag
drag
queens.
queens.
All right.
This sounds.
I know, she should
This
drag
sounds
race.
awesome.
That's RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
just saying, but I get what you're saying, but
Fine.
still.
Yeah.
A lot of people are asking about. We talked about the Omen like mini series thing yet.
No, sorry, I cut you off earlier. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, we didn't. The second episode, 2 of 2, came out today on YouTube. Yesterday it was out for first members, and yeah, it was my last little hoorah in like competitive gaming, and so it was a good time. It
Now
took
that you're
its
old and busted.
yeah, it took its toll. Now I have minor carpal tunnel and the tendonitis and everything, but it was really cool. It was received very well, so thank you guys for that. I know a lot of you guys were expecting it to be longer episodes, but honestly, it wouldn't have done as well if it was longer. We did film a lot of it. Like every match was recorded, and it was 5 people. We all record our matches, and it was 48 matches that we played in 5 days.
Damn.
When was this?
This was
How many matches?
48
Oh,
in 5 days.
damn, dude.
Yeah.
It took you 48 tries to do what you should have been able to do in 8.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Saw that coming.
Go back to
Yeah.
him getting older.
Good time to hang up your
It
hat.
was the best time.
Yeah,
so
I watched episode 1. I'm gonna watch.
I
I'll watch
haven't seen
episode
2 yet.
tonight.
Yeah.
it was a long ride. It was fun. I know a lot of people are like wishing it was longer or it had more footage and whatnot, but that was just so much footage to edit and shift through, and we had a shorter timeline, so it just made more sense to kind of focus behind the camera as opposed to the gameplay.
God,
I
the other
didn't-
day when you were talking about Siege and you were like, yeah, I was just playing on my Smurf account, and then suddenly it's was it like Diamond? Or something? You're like, yeah, that one's Diamond too. Gotta make another one.
Yeah, I have three accounts, but it's been nice, kind of like having that send off. Like yesterday, I didn't stream, and I didn't feel like I had to play Siege to kind of keep up with trying to keep up with everyone else at my level. And I just chilled and played Slime Rancher.
Nice.
I just made a little slime
We played that
farm,
game once. It was
and
fun.
I was like, all right, I'm starting my little ranch and
Have you been
slime,
playing
and
that
I'm growing
Treasure
crops.
Tracker or no?
Oh God, I
Do you ever
played it
stream
once.
Blackout?
Yeah.
The game's so good.
Yeah.
I keep playing
I
it.
stream with the same crew that I play my like sweaty diamond matches with, and we go in and we just drop the boat docks every time, and then we'll just go like 5 games straight. It just wins.
Do y'all want to play Blackout this weekend?
Yeah.
I'll play it.
Yeah, we
I'll
played a
play.
little bit with Dan again this week.
I'm Matt.
Yeah. Tell you
I'm
what,
Matt.
Jeff, I'll watch.
Okay.
Watch this.
Yeah, I want to play.
I just like it. It seems, even though it's
You
trying to win
just
all the
like
time,
it.
it still seems really casual and nice and fun.
It is.
It almost sounded like
It's
you said
great.
I dislike it.
I
was clarifying.
just
Yeah, I was
Like it.
clarifying.
One
We have
critique
HQ a lot.
for the documentary. I do wish that there was more focus on the chemistry between you and Tim Geddes. That's all I'll say.
Oh yeah,
It's a love triangle.
Yeah,
that's a whole
triangle.
thing.
It's one circle.
And
Well,
there's
I
a
mean,
lot, there's a
Jackie
lot of
tries
old
to get
footage.
in.
No, she's-
yeah.
Tim's
Yeah.
like, no.
And just, I'm not gonna lie. When like there'll be a lot of times, especially like recently with like weddings that we've gone to, where it's like Tim and I will be there. And Tim will be with Gia, his girlfriend. I'll be with Jackie, my girlfriend.
Gia and Jackie hate each other, right? They can't stand to be around each other.
I mean,
bad.
hate each other or not, they're forced to have to conversate with each other. They love each other, but like every time we're like at a thing, it's just like Tim and I just start drifting off, and we're
again?
talking and everything.
farting on you
Yeah, he's farting again. And so we'll be talking and ranting and be chatty Cathy. So we'll stop and go, oh shit, yeah, we're our girlfriends are here. It's like we're like we gotta get back to them over there. But they understand that we have our they give us our time to like kind of like just be us and catch up.
Here's what I recommend you do next, like
Yeah.
taking a little break from
Yeah.
Siege. Next big mountain, chicken horse.
Nah, it's never. That's impossible.
Get in on it.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Bring Fredo in to the fold. The Chicky crew.
He was in Chicky.
He's not good. Though.
I'm not good.
Should we do it?
Get another competitor.
Somebody wants to know if Dan's been to Cambodia. Better question, is he allowed back?
Yeah.
Real quick, should we also? Are we gonna order lunch today? Because if we are,
should.
we should tell Sarah
I'm not, son.
now. Well, yeah, you have your lunch. Fair enough.
Yeah, I brought keto food in.
You need to catch up. Fatty days is over for now. Okay, we're on a fatty break,
Can we
man.
message Sarah?
We could definitely.
Okay.
You
do
guys
that,
can
yeah.
take care
I
of
don't have
it.
my phone.
I'll get in and I'll eat my 6
I'll do
fries.
it.
This
at
is
the
another
recommended
thing.
portion.
I'll mention too, talking about the lunch thing, because we do off topic. It starts at noon usually when we do it live on Fridays, which I don't know for sure. I seem to recall, like I know I wanted to do it on Fridays. The show's been going 3 years already. I know I wanted to do it on Fridays because it's like a cool like end of the week podcast.
Because we could talk about everything that we did in the week.
And I wanted to do it during the day so people didn't have to stay late. So like
Yeah.
Ryan could be on it. He never wants to be on it anyway.
Yeah.
But he could be on it if he wanted to. And people have shit to do, families to go home to and stuff. So I don't want people to stay too late. So I know I wanted it in the day. I seem to recall there was something after this when we started it. Like it was like noon is your slot because there's things. later
It
in
was
the
like
day.
Death Battle, Deathcast or
I don't
something?
think Death Battle was here yet when we started.
It
It
may- yeah, it wasn't.
honestly, I could be wrong. It might have been on the spot
Maybe it
because
was.
I know that's moved around a bunch. But we've been talking about it recently, and Trevor and I were talking about it the other day, and so I'm not sure of the date yet. But as of now, next month we're gonna move off topic to later in the day on Friday.
Yeah.
The idea is about 2:30.
Because sometimes our Friday mornings are a wash.
It's a wash. Like I said, we were
Almost always.
racing to get Smash done and run here. And then a lot of times it's like we're just dead after the podcast. Where it's like we might be done at 3:30. So it's like we have time to do stuff, but it's like, oh, the
it's
people that
also
were on it,
Friday,
it's just,
so
like,
people are just-
exhausting and it's Friday. So we're gonna move it sometime in January. It'll move about 2.5 hours. I think it might be 2:30. Might be the time we shoot for.
That'll be really convenient for some people.
It's gonna be
really
super convenient.
inconvenient for others.
Who will be
Which
inconvenient
one
for?
are you?
Who? Oh, you mean viewers?
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know who
It's
it's gonna be
time
inconvenient for
zones.
here.
Gavin's like,
It's gonna make
It'll give us basically a whole other half day of film.
Yeah, because Off Topic is a marathon. We stick it right in the middle of Friday.
There's not enough time leading into Off Topic to do much of anything, especially when people meander in. Somebody
Yeah.
doesn't get until 10:30. It's like we got maybe an hour, and
And
it
people
takes,
are prone to shoving meetings at the end of the week.
Yeah.
Do it, and it's just like, oh, I can't.
and so
do it.
more often than not, Friday, all Achievement Hunter accomplishes
Was on the
on a
spot.
Friday is Off Topic, which is a great show. We all
Yeah.
love to do it.
Yeah.
But it's just like as busy as we are, and as much as we have to travel, and as many directions as we're
It's
going.
just
in,
a scheduling
to
thing.
recoup another 4 hours or 3 hours in that day is huge for us.
It really
So-
is. So I just wanted to give them a heads up, viewers.
Yeah.
It will happen sometime next month.
First or second week in January,
Change
probably.
gonna come.
I wonder if that'll make
but-
people get drunker on the podcast.
I don't know.
Because it's kind of towards
yes,
the end of the
I
day.
will, 100%.
It might be more chaotic.
We just
Yeah,
call
right,
up Uber
might
and tell them to
be.
line the cars up
But
outside.
like, it's later. It gives us more time to film, but it's also still gives us plenty of time to like go on and on for hours if we want to. Because I didn't want to move it too late. Because then it goes into like staying till 6:30, and like we'll literally never see Ryan ever again on the podcast. So I think it'll be good. Trevor was talking to me about it, and he's like, "What do you think?" I was like, "Absolutely, 100%." Like the number of times we can't shoot stuff on Friday.
Yep.
I had lunch with Christopher, gay cousin, yesterday, and I was catching up with him, had a really nice lunch with him.
I haven't seen him in like 4 years at this point.
And I was asking him, I was like, when was the last time we hung out? And it was like a month ago? And he goes, it was September, it was early September. And I was like, no, it wasn't that long ago. And he was like, yes, I remember the day. And he explained to me, it has been like 3 months since I saw the only family I have in Austin. And that's when I realized like how busy we are and how much we travel. Because it felt like yesterday to me. And I was like, oh, I guess I've been to London twice since then, Paris, the fucking Amsterdam, Jesus Christ. It is
New York.
amazing how much we travel.
Yeah.
And how just busy
I'm going to try
we
and
are.
be less busy in 2019. I'm going to just start
I'll
saying
probably-
no to things. It's going to be great.
I'm going to try to be exactly as busy as I was in 2018, if not a little bit more.
Gavin, just get pregnant. It's a great excuse.
Chill out.
Do things.
Who wants to knock
Chill
me up?
out.
I got 2 months of maternity
Why'd
leave.
you look at me?
Don't talk to me.
You know?
Leave me alone.
I think for me, busy is progress and busy is content. And
Sometimes, but then there's some
I got it down to a
busyness that-
science, man. I've been doing
Yeah.
really well with it. You're right about that, but I've been getting really good at being efficient with our time and or my time. And I just say that's another thing about keto. I have tons of energy now.
Oh, yeah.
Like I didn't. That was not why I did it. That was a happy side effect. But goddamn, dude, I have just rare to go at all times.
I had a meeting this year. It was in LA, which means you lose a day going there because you don't usually want to fly the same day as something. So I stayed a night, had the meeting, and I left the meeting, and I was like, that could have been an email. Mm-hmm. Easily could have. I've just wasted. I've been out of the office 2 days for what should have been one email.
I've gotten
It made me so mad.
pretty good at getting rid of superfluous trips, but there's just so much.
It's a good.
There's just so much happening. Oh, thank you.
You said it right, unlike Ryan.
Superfluous.
He knows a lot of big
Yeah.
words, but he reads
Because
them. all.
Ryan reads
Yeah.
big
he
words,
never
but he's never heard them.
hears.
Yeah.
Well, now we've got a fantastic
Apex.
gauge for whether or not something is worth our time. Is like, is this worth time away from Iris? Period. Like that will always be the gauge, and it's definitely helped us narrow
And
down.
that-
a few
So
things.
what you're
That
saying
gauge-
is this podcast is worth
Yeah,
being
worthless.
away from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
that gauge also changes depending on how much of an asshole she is.
yeah. Just
It's like her getting coal at Christmas.
Yeah.
goodness.
She won't
I'll go to Australia.
She won't get cold. She'll just get a cold shoulder.
Yeah.
What are we eating,
That's it.
Lindsay?
I can't
There
even
they
joke
go.
about that. That's
What
Iris
are
you're
we
talking
eating?
about.
What
I
are we
can't.
eating?
You want
Jokes
to know
are
this?
jokes.
Are we
Lindsay.
having Big Macs?
Jersey Mike's or our
You guys,
Either way.
you guys figure it out. Well, you figure out what you want to eat in silence. Let me tell the audience
I'm a
about
pea.
23andMe. And exit. Gavin, this episode of Off Topic is brought to you by 23andMe. Now through December 25th, the 23andMe and DNA kits are on sale. 23andMe helps you understand what your DNA can tell you about you and your family story. It's named for the 23 pairs of chromosomes that make up your DNA. A 23andMe DNA kit is the perfect gift for everyone you love. There's never been a better way to give the gift of genetic discovery to your parents, your siblings, your aunts, your grandparents, and everyone else on your list. It's the one gift that you can buy the entire family that will be unique for each loved one. It's easy to do. Just spit into a tube provided in your 23andMe kit. It's just send you a little tube. It's got a line on it. Just fill up the line. Send you like a pre-addressed envelope, pre-stamped, everything. Just put it in, drop it off. Register your sample to your personal 23andMe account, and in a few weeks, receive your personalized online reports. With 23andMe, you can find out so much about your own personal history. You can explore where your DNA is from out of 150 plus regions worldwide. Their different reports can give you tons of insight into not only your ancestry, but your health as well. Now through December 25th, get 30% off any 23andMe kit. Order your DNA kit at 23andme.com/offtopic. That's the number 23andme.com/offtopic. Again, that's 23andme.com/offtopic. Find out about your guts.
So Jackie and I.
Where your guts at?
But Jackie and I are actually doing a 23andMe. So I'm doing it because.
You guys don't spit in the same tube. You gotta do
No.
separate ones.
Oh, okay.
They'll
no,
be like,
same
"What
thing.
are you?"
Well, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, this
Well,
is
you
off
gotta
the
wait-
charts.
You gotta wait till they have kids, and then the kids spit in the tube.
Yeah,
and it's like
it's
both you guys spit in.
confusion.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it just because I have so many different things that I am. So it'd be cool to see the different places. And Jackie's doing the one for. She knows that she's Russian Ukrainian. She's adopted from the Ukraine, but she's also, her spitting in a tube finding out where she's from. She already knows, but she's also doing the health one because she doesn't know her parents.
I'm listening. I'm just cleaning up
Yeah,
the
yeah.
trash.
So she doesn't know her.
Keep it clean.
She doesn't know her parents, and so she has no way to kind of like ask or look back and or look at them. Like I
Yeah.
could look at my side of the family and be like, oh, all right, balding is a thing, but luckily I didn't get it.
Yeah.
My younger brother though,
Is peeing
5
the
years
bed a
younger.
thing? Do you know?
It might be.
Might be.
I might be. I haven't
It
asked.
might be genetic. We should
Yeah,
find out.
You
Yeah.
can figure that out.
We should find out about Alfredo.
But,
We
I
need
know.
to
I will research this. It's a genetic
But yeah, Jackie's trying to find out, like, just if there's anything health wise she should look out for and whatnot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, not just only health wise. I mean, you can't learn this from 23andMe, but I would think that it sucks a little bit to be cut off from like the history of your family because I'm really invested in like what my grandparents were doing, etc. Like how
White.
my family came here from
That's what they were
Scotland.
doing.
They were white. Yeah, it's true. We were
You?
white. Yeah. Surprise. I'm as white as they come.
Jersey Mike order.
Ooh.
You want in?
Yeah.
Type it up.
Same with you, Freddy. Do need your order.
Oh, it says meatball there. Yeah, that's such a good idea.
That's me. I like that Alfredo started the conversation with Sarah by going, "We want food."
Oh, JN?
Yeah.
Period.
All right, I want
I mean, straight to the point. I don't gotta. What do you gotta butter up Sarah for?
It's true.
Hey,
I can eat a
Sarah,
salad.
how's your day? How's it going?
Yeah.
The guys were kind of no. We want food. Sarah.
I'm-
Thank you so much for ordering.
I'm guilty of doing that all the time. I'm like, "Hello, friend. How are you?
Yeah.
Let me ask you
Give me
this."
food. I was also, that was the other thing too, I was mentioning, segued into off topic. We can actually have time to eat lunch before the
Yeah.
podcast starts.
Completely.
It's
true.
like it's like 1:30, like almost 2 o'clock, and we all get hungry, and then it's like feed us.
And Ryan
usually
gets crappy.
Ryan's like, "Wow, where's my food?" And then it's either on the podcast or on the post show. We're like, but now we'll actually have time to eat food before the podcast.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
It really is nice. It's like human beings. You can eat.
I'm
Alfredo will
mostly-
get his lunch and he'll save it for the podcast.
Oh, dude, I
hold
came
this-
in. I was snacking already. I had some Milanos.
I saw.
I'm mostly excited
You'd
about
love
getting an
those.
extra
I
video
do.
filmed on Fridays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this one, we were super productive. We did the Achievement Haunter Season 1 recap
Yeah.
on the off-topic site.
Right here, this very spot.
And then
so when you
raced
watch
over
it,
to
we're
do
all
that
wearing this.
that Let's
Well,
Play.
some of us did. I mean, some people showed up halfway through.
We'll show halfway
With
through.
cookies.
That's true. He redeemed himself immediately.
With his
That was
own
fun.
birthday
You want
cookie.
to use?
I wish we could have gone for like another hour. I love talking about that
The
show.
funny thing.
Great. I mean, we can talk about it now. But go
I
ahead.
don't know the person being Ryan.
Yes.
The funny thing is that I was in the office. He walks in. He goes, "Huh? Where the hell is everybody?" He's like, "Just no one's here yet." And I was like, "I don't know. Guess not." He's like, "I thought everyone would have been in by now." And then like after 5 minutes, he goes, "Oh, they're filming a thing. Oh, okay. I'm heading on over." I'm like, "All right, bye, Ryan."
He
We need,
said
like,
it
a
wasn't on
camera
his
that-
He was
calendar.
confused as to why no one was in the office.
I think
We're
he's full
working.
of shit. I think that was on his calendar.
Oh, somebody wants to know when Fiona and Shofu are in. Fiona's here all week next week, right? Mm-hmm. And
I don't
Shofu's
know.
here for like 2 or 3
I've
days.
heard whispers, but don't ask me. I'm not Trevor. Okay.
Yeah, she'll be here all next week. And Shofu coming
And
during
Shofu's
the
coming
thing.
So that's, and I mentioned too, I said it, I think I said it today, but I said it in the video. We're going to try and put that Smash video out soon that we shot today. But we want to do a tournament. And we'll definitely, we want them to be in the tournament.
Yes.
Yeah,
Put
absolutely.
Shofu against Matt.
That's the thing. We got to separate the brackets. Like, I haven't looked at it, but the
Yeah.
game has a tournament option. You can
How much do
literally
you
click
think it would
tournament.
cost
Perfect.
to hire
So
Matt?
we'll make
Put
sure
them
we
on
got-
opposite ends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then we're all just going to get beat one by one by Shofu and Matt.
I just want to hire Matt personally, like make him take a day off work, and I'll hire him to be me in Smash. What
You where?
What's the cost of that?
be my arms? Like I'll just stand like this, and Matt Bragg
Oh.
play
I see.
Smash.
It's probably very, very low.
Like he's your
I mean,
champion.
like, the
You've
cost.
chosen
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Probably
I see.
like a couple
Oh,
of
it's like Game of
donuts and
Thrones.
like a muffin.
I
You buy him food. Easy.
I don't know why, but I have it in my head that if I can figure out how to orchestrate it, I'm gonna turn Shofu and Matt Bragg into best friends. Like they're gonna be like lifelong best friends.
It's simple. You put a switch in a room with a bunch of junk food, and then
They're gonna be like the Pat and Wooly of Achievement Hunter.
Be like Robin
Nice.
Big.
Yeah, yeah. Like, well, except
Well, they hate each
Well,
other, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, they were. It was
Allegedly.
not what it appeared to be on that
Yeah.
show. And
What a
now,
shame.
And now Big Black's dead, unfortunately.
Oh,
which is
well.
why he's my profile picture on Facebook.
Oh.
Is it?
Do work, son. Yeah,
Didn't know.
I love that dude. He was so entertaining. He was so great.
I genuinely enjoy Fiona a lot. There's no acting there, so I'm glad that she's coming back.
I haven't met that one yet.
What? Oh, you haven't met Fiona? She's great. She's really funny. She
Very funny
She
and
was
a huge nerd like me.
she was also one of the like, you know how it's like the biggest thing when we bring people in is how's the chemistry going to be, and more often than not, people are very quiet as they try to figure out the dynamic and how to work in. Or on occasion, some people go the other route and they're too much, and you're like tone it back, like dial it back a bit.
Tone it down, Greg Miller.
Yeah. Oh, keep your fucking clothes on.
Fucking hell.
To a subset too, and this is against no one specifically, not any of our guests. Mention it about Matt. Will you pass the Ryan test? And the answer is no. No one does.
No one. I don't know that anyone's ever passed the Ryan test.
I
didn't pass.
I don't think
Ryan
that.
hates you. Ryan's still. He's like, is Alfredo still a guest here? He doesn't. I don't think he
He has
understands
no
yet.
idea. I remember
Ryan
like
hates change.
Ryan's still not sold on Alfredo.
yeah, no, not at all.
But you're
It didn't
right
help.
about-
That Ray video didn't help either.
No.
No.
Jeff's right about Fiona though. She came in, she was like, "Oh, this is how it's gonna be." Okay.
No, and it was just like perfect.
Alright.
Like she just nailed it, walked
And
right in.
Ryan,
Alfredo's the only other
hates
person that's done
Fiona?
that.
So what?
Ryan like her?
I don't know.
To
I don't
come in and
know.
just
I
like
don't
nail
know.
it, like right off the bat, like just instant chemistry.
It seemed like Ryan had a good reaction
Here's
to
the thing.
Fiona, but he didn't like that she didn't get tased. So we're like, Ryan, we're not gonna tase her
Here's
like
the
day
thing.
one.
I couldn't tell you who Ryan. Like, I wouldn't dare guess who Ryan doesn't like. The shorter list is who does Ryan like.
Ryan likes me, I think.
I
Ryan,
think that might be one.
do you
you know?
like me?
I remember
And
when
then he
you
just
came
settles
in,
with everyone else.
I didn't meet Frady until much later than everyone else, and everyone
Me
was
and you
like,
were both out.
I don't think
Yeah.
you
Both
met
of
me
us.
until I was. You
You
met
were
me
already
the second
already-
time. I had to come back a second time because they were like, "Oh, you got to meet Michael and Gavin."
Yeah,
Yeah, everyone was going off
Gavin
like,
was
"Oh, you
here.
got to meet Alfredo. He's great. He's the next one." I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm out of town." All this
I
stuff.
did not know that was a conversation.
I remember
Yeah,
Gavin
everyone's
said,
like, "You
"That's
gotta
a
be,
dumb
you gotta
name."
come and like be in a video with him." I was like, I can't. I'm just doing stuff." And then everyone loved you, and I was like, "Oh, he's got a lot to live up to at this
Came
point."
back, met Mikey.
Do you
and
think
then-
he will?
He made it, yeah.
Two
Yeah, at
things
that
real
point,
quick.
I didn't meet until I was hired.
Yeah, and then I
That's
did
at
one
that
video
point
with
we
you. I was
just
like, oh, yeah.
disregarded Gavin's opinion. 'cause he's
Gavin
never
didn't
here
meet
anymore.
Ryan for the first 18 months he worked here.
That's true. In chat right now, Simmerl, who made the lovely body pillows, that
Yeah,
are totally
yeah, mine's
gonna
What's
sell.
up, Sam? What's good,
Yeah,
baby
hanging
girl?
out.
She was like, excuse me, Ryan loved me day one. I was like, sorry, Simmerl, you passed the test.
maybe.
Yes.
Sorry,
He loved you.
sorry.
What
Tell
are
you,
those about?
maybe.
You like jack off on those pillows or something?
You just
How do they
cuddle
work?
it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, you fuck
or squirt.
You put a big pillow in it, and then you can hug it and like fuck it.
Is there a hole? Or like
make
a
one
You,
yourself.
you
Yeah.
could definitely
Yourself.
make one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could jerry rig that thing to be fuckable.
I've
Yeah,
seen-
it's
I've
called
seen
you push
things.
hard enough.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
problem
like, I'm
is,
sure you
though-
cut a hole and then put like some kind of like.
See, but I'd rather like ripped jeans. I'd rather earn the hole by repeated fuckings.
Christ.
I don't want to just go in there with scissors and cut.
You
it
can
open.
fuck anything if you got a pair of scissors.
Yeah,
what I
I'm
mean?
so glad
Yeah.
that I naturally have a hole.
I
think I read about someone
worked
who-
out.
Cut to open.
The problem with the body pillows though is you hug them too tight, you piss on them when you wet the bed.
Goodness.
Dude, don't.
That's the name of the podcast, by the way, right? I wet the bed.
Yeah.
Do you hear
I
about
was
the
thinking
people
that
who
on the way here.
they take a plastic bag, like a small sandwich bag, and just fill it with mounds of Vaseline?
Yeah,
And then you put
stuff
it
like
under
that.
the mattress
Yup,
and you just
fuck
like
the
go
mattress.
into
Yeah,
the.
I've absolutely heard of that.
That,
Some of you cut a hole and then you put some kind of like, you know, those toys where it's like here's a vagina or a mouth that you can stick your dick into. So you kind of like find some way to sew that in. You stuff it and then you make maybe
Should we make
extra
this-
stuffing for the breast.
you know, like
problem-
Master and Apprentice.
the
should we
problem-
make our
flashlight.
version?
Yes. The
Wait.
problem
Yeah.
if you're sewing the mouth hole into the thing to fuck it is how do you clean that?
Couldn't you like rip it and
Clorox.
it's just like inside out?
Throw it in
And
the
then
washing
just kinda-
machine and just let it
I
happen.
mean, it's a lot of
I
work,
know.
but I mean, if you want
Just
that
saying, if
real
you're sewing it in,
feel
I
of
feel like
like
you've attached it permanently now, right?
Yeah.
You need to make sure there's some way to take that thing apart.
No, can you just pull it like inside out and that's how you
don't
clean
know.
those things? I don't know.
People keep asking me to tell the story of how I hired Ryan. We've told that story like 10,000
Craigslist.
times.
Craigslist,
Just Google
baby.
it. Yeah.
Done.
I mean, it's been covered on every podcast multiple times and in videos. Just Google how did Ryan Haywood get hired.
He just wouldn't leave.
he
didn't pass the Gavin test.
I'm gonna teach you how to fish. Go fish on Google.
Unrelated, but I gotta ask because it was just mentioned. Do people give you a lot of shit for your name, Alfredo?
Me?
Yeah.
You call his name dumb?
No, everyone
No,
wants
people say that. Like literally on the table, Gavin just said you have a dumb name, but I think you're referencing someone else saying that.
What? Oh, Jay, I was talking shit.
Lindsay
said he had a
just
dumb
Lindsay
name.
did.
Yeah, she landed it hard. She's like, little
sorry.
Gavin was talking
when I
mad
say-
shit about your
Gavin
name.
was talking about someone else saying, "Oh, you got a dumb name," like talking about Ryan not liking Alfredo or something like
No,
that.
not at all. Literally, I said Gavin
dumb
said
name?
you have a dumb name.
Oh, okay.
No,
There
I
was
said that came out of my mouth.
noise
You're
all
talking
around.
about meeting Gavin, and I was like, Gavin was like, "That's a dumb name."
Oh, okay,
and then
there we
she
go.
just
There we go.
Gavin,
You
said
that.
But I didn't say that.
No, I know that.
Yeah,
I was
I
making,
just-
I was
yeah.
making a joke.
Yeah, I know. I was
What do you have against Alfredo?
Why the fuck did you say his name was dumb?
No, every once
And
in a
then
while.
Lindsay just flipped the script and tried to
happens.
rewrite history.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's what Lindsay does.
I call
She
him
does.
Frady, dude.
She takes
so.
a
You
tiny
do.
little nugget of truth. Like it happened, but
And
not
she'll,
in the
like,
way she
stretch
described.
that
Yeah.
and make it more than what it is, and then add a spice of racism.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get there this time, but that's because we nipped it in the.
Oh yeah, right away. We saw it coming.
I was looking through my Ubisoft friends. What's this? Uplay friends list, and I noticed that I guess at some point you could set nicknames for people. And I noticed that on mine for Alfredo, instead of Alfredo plays, it had in brackets Frady do. I had no
Nice.
memory of setting that, but that's like.
I didn't even know you could set.
Yeah, it's just like Frady do in brackets.
I
No,
just saw
every once in a while, people are like, "Oh my God, you're named after a fucking like pasta." I'm like, "Well, yeah, my parents fucked an Olive Garden, that's how I was named." But
Also,
like,
you're dumb.
I'm like, no, it's just a popular Spanish name.
Yeah,
I also,
no shit.
I literally
That's
never
the
think
racism
of
that
like,
comes
her
into
name's
play.
Pasta.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
never once think of that.
Is it a
I saw a
Spanish
comment.
version of an English name? Is it like Fred?
no, it's
Just
a
its own
Spanish
name.
name.
Gavin wants to know
Wasn't
what
it
the real
Italian
name is.
also?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like variants
Is it
like
Italian
Pierre
also,
and Peter.
right?
Yeah,
Pretty sure
it is
Italian.
Italian, too.
Yeah, well, I saw a comment on Minecraft that was like, what kind of parents would name their child Alfredo? It's like, you're white. Like,
You are. Why does that?
I will say I did hear that Michael said that Gavin said that your name was stupid.
Dude, I heard about that.
You heard that?
Yeah, I
Can't
heard
confirm.
that.
I heard
a
rumors going around
whisper.
town.
I sent an email
Travel.
about it.
I heard that Lindsay said that Michael said that
I heard it too.
Gavin said
I
that.
hope I never have to testify at court for
Christ,
someone.
they are doing the poor bastard who has you as their sole witness.
Yeah.
That poor.
I think we should all come
Jesus.
together. Like, if Lindsay gets jury duty, we all have to like petition. Like, no.
There should be like a
We have to
global
protest.
veto. Whereas enough people are like,
I understand. You presented all the facts.
someone's gonna get executed for
She
walking across the
has
street.
ignored the facts.
She seems pretty well known.
She has
No.
created her own facts.
Even though she was there,
Alternative
she was not
facts.
a witness in any way.
There's Lindsay sitting in the deliberation room, and she's like, "I think I think he stabbed him. I think he did."
Dude,
it.
like this was a
like-
this was a shooting.
Yeah, it's insurance. fraud.
The
It's
guy
like,
has
it's
no
like
arms.
Charlie
How could he
in
stab him?
the Making of a Murderer episode.
Yeah.
When Maureen Ponderosa dies
Yeah.
and they're trying to interview Charlie. Yeah.
I broke two necks. What did he say? Something like
Yeah,
that. I
something
broke
like
her neck twice.
Christ.
And I was just, what? What are you talking about?
Oh.
But no tranquilizers needed.
No.
Any of that. Any of
Sorry,
that.
Iris.
What
you're
is this
fucked.
shit?
What's up?
What's that down there?
It's ice cream or
It's
something?
a box
Whoa.
labeled ice cream. I don't know that it is ice cream.
It's something
Is it a
from
sponsor?
Awu that we didn't get to that
What is it
we're
doing
supposed to
there?
open.
When did it get
Well,
there?
who said that? No one told me to open it.
Should we open it?
Yeah, Tyler told me actually.
Well, I wasn't here. I was. If you recall, I jumped in as
Yes.
the podcast started. So there it is. I can't eat it.
I can't eat it either.
This is going
I
back to. You were talking about you're on a diet. I've been dieting lately, trying to be less.
Yeah, you lost a ton of weight, like 7 pounds or
Yeah,
something.
that's not a ton,
Yeah.
but some.
That's a lot. Significant.
I've been trying.
I feel like you could have gone further before you pulled it back though. Like the gut stuff.
I
was
could
funny.
have.
Get
It's
to
funny.
216.
See, the thing is, I'll get back to it. I'm like rubber banded.
The,
You know what
the
I
amount
mean?
of
I can't
webcams
get
where
too
I'd be
far.
like adjusting my webcam
funny.
and your gut is just in the background, just like.
It's funny. I love doing it.
Yeah.
But it's like it's not funny when I'm at home and I'm not filming and I'm like, oh.
It made
When I'm
for some
turning
just
great,
into
have this
Garbo
gut
Man.
now.
Yeah, and I'm just like, ah, fuck.
some great merch profile
Yeah.
photos for us where we're touching tummies.
That was like the top
Yeah.
end of it for the last Achieve shoot, where it was like your pregnant gut to my just filled gut.
Well, best pregnant gut photo was the one I posted last night.
It
It
was-
was like a
That was a great
It
one.
was insane. It was insane.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Yeah,
Is it on
it's-
Wizard?
It's on
It's on
Instagram.
Instagram.
Fucking funny.
It's like Christ.
No, see, I wanted to nip it before I got the like. I'm not gonna name names here. Dan, when he was like, I can pull it back, I can pull it back, I can pull it back, and then it's like, I'm just like, I gotta pull it back while the pulling back is good.
well,
It's pullable.
Like, I mean, it's possible. It just gets harder and harder, man. It's just more and more work the longer you wait. I also was really just feeling like shit.
Yeah.
So I was like,
It's huge. Oh, thank you.
yeah, it's good. I was in the same room as her, but I was
Pretzel butter.
looking the other way. And
Yeah,
she
I can
just,
imagine
she just
Jeff
texted me
Goldblum
that
like,
photo.
dropping droplets of water and watching which way
Yeah.
it goes.
Yeah, there it is. I was like, I started laughing my ass off. I was like, your face is so tiny. Yeah, I just been
great photo.
exercising extra. Haven't been like fatting out. I've been like drinking tons of protein shakes for like breakfast and lunch.
Yeah. I need to get on
I'm trying
that.
to do like 250
I'll get on that right
grams
after this
of
meatball
protein.
sub I'm about to eat.
Yeah.
One thing, I can't go to the gym and I can't exercise. I just can't make myself do it. Like I can't run. I hate it.
I
Army days.
started running again.
So
Hate it.
I
Hate
ride
it.
bikes now. I ride 60
not bad.
miles every weekend. That's my
Yeah,
exercise.
Just do like.
I try to ride.
60.
Yeah, I try to ride during the
awesome.
week, but it's been too cold to ride during the week, and I'm a wimp.
Yeah.
But so on Saturdays and Sundays, I ride 30 miles in the morning and 30 miles on Sunday morning.
Go around the
I
lake.
don't put that,
That
much
is-
work.
Yeah, or
That is
wherever.
fucking
I
great.
Wherever
definitely
go.
can't have this ice.
It's like 2 or 3 hours, and you feel fucking great the rest of the day, and it's just fun.
I miss working out. I did I worked out for 2 straight years, and it was 6 days a week, and it was like an hour and a half at the gym. And then I did swimming for cardio, and I went from
Dude,
being
swimming is amazing
great.
for
It's
exercising
great.
and weight
Yeah.
loss.
It's
It's also
great.
good for you.
You're constantly wet, so you don't worry about sweating.
Oh no, it's great. I went from being 145 pounds to 175, and it was just muscle that was tacked on.
Damn.
That was- and that's true. Look, sorry, go ahead, Joe.
No, you go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say that's the other thing about muscle is like I was like I'm fat. I need to lose weight. It's just fact. Like I haven't stopped going to the gym. I've been going to the gym for a few years. Maybe not like as
Before or
hard
after?
or as much,
Well,
but
Damn.
it
like
used to be.
yeah, dude, you gotta get back up there, man.
Yeah.
But I
used
was
to be
like,
scrawny.
I've just been fatting, and that was
ice cream,
like
dude.
the whole gut heavy thing. And I was like, I just need to lose gut weight. I need to lose fat.
Look at these flavors.
The number of people that have been telling me like, oh no, but like muscle's heavier than fat. I'm like, I know.
It is.
I don't have a muscle stomach, okay? I have a fucking huge fat gut. That is the and people are like, no, don't weigh yourself. No, weight's irrelevant though. Like you want to do body like fat percentage. Like I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Again though, I'm like, I know I need to lose weight.
what you
like,
want?
I'm not disregarding what you're saying. I know what
you've
fat,
had your body this whole time.
I've,
You know
I've had my
exactly.
body at a good weight and like good muscle mass, and I have a huge fat stomach I need to get rid of. So it's like I realize weight isn't everything, but when I'm like,
Black
that's
Isn't that
definitely
funny
where I
that that's
need to
where the
start.
weight goes? It's like where
It's
your
gut
food
and
goes
my
is where.
fucking like my face, my neck. I was looking pretty fat.
Jeff, do you have a
fat
time of
neck.
day that you like to work out, or?
I don't like to work out.
Oh,
No.
period.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry,
but in the
sorry.
I like
It's
to
the
in the
biking,
morning.
though.
Or, yeah.
Morning is
Dude,
way
I
better.
can't
Doing
eat.
some kind of
working out?
exercise.
Yeah, morning. I'm a
Okay.
morning person.
Yeah.
I can't eat any of this shit, but if I could, that salted caramel or the black cherry or the
Dude.
fucking black raspberry.
The black raspberry looks
It was
okay.
I don't remember which one it was. The black cherry or the black raspberry. The last
some
time we got sent
spoons.
this on Awu, I ate half of it in the pint, holding it. I was just
Yeah.
squeezing it out,
That was
eating it.
so good.
That's when I know I need to lose weight. I'm like, it's so fucking good.
When you're squeezing out the ice
That's
cream.
what I was doing. And people were like, Michael, no, maybe it's muscle. It ain't. Trust me. I'm 200 pounds of muscle. When I get to the gym, my trainer goes like, you need to do more cardio. That looks amazing.
This what was this?
But-
Chocolate and black raspberry.
I'll say
Is
this.
this a blackberry?
You lose the gut in the kitchen out the gym. I don't disagree with that.
Drinking the protein
Yeah.
shakes, like,
All
it hasn't
this,
been awful.
this is diet right here.
Hasn't been awful.
This is all
I've
depending on your
been, for the
diet.
last like 4 or 5 days, I have not eaten breakfast or lunch. I just drink protein shakes, which are super filling.
Do they make you shit weird though?
No,
They're
not
just
really.
piss the bed.
Not really.
Not
just piss the
good,
bed.
not good protein shakes.
You know, you can
and
try.
I've had the Jack Link strips at the office. They're salty as fuck, but I don't,
They
really
are
care.
they're
I don't,
good
I don't care about
Loaded
sodium.
with sodium.
Yeah, they are, but I'm not. I'm not.
Crazy.
I don't have a sodium problem, so it doesn't bother me.
Fair.
You know,
They're low in sugar and carbs.
you know what you should try. Well, I would kind of like to try, but I don't think I could do it. Is the thing Bernie does intermittent fasting?
Jack
yeah.
does that too.
Yeah, Bernie only eats from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Like he has a 4-hour window that he eats all of his calories for the day. I don't think he has calorie counting though because he's keto, and calories don't really matter when you're keto. But he's keto and he's intermittent fasting, so he only eats from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. a day, and supposedly that gives him. I watched a video on it, but like if your cells have 20 hours of not processing food a day, they regenerate your body faster and it burns fat better or some shit, and it keeps you younger, like actually younger if you only eat in a 4-hour window or a
skip
6-hour window.
birthdays.
Yeah, and so
damn, dude.
he loves it. He swears by it, and he's been doing it for 3 months now.
Jeff's actually reversing in age. Funny enough.
I made a
Yeah, you look great.
I made a joke
really
about that on
do.
Reddit the other day. Where somebody was like, I haven't been to Rooster Teeth in a long time. What did I miss? And I responded. I was the first person to see it, so I responded. Bernie and Gus got way older. I somehow got younger.
Yeah. We were
caught
recently
up.
doing a Jack's Box video, and I turned over and looked at Jeff and was like, you just look completely different. I don't know. It's great.
Thank you.
Dude, I will say though,
Damn.
you should have
There's
went
a
with the
fucking metal
He
spoon
brought
right
it.
It's looking a bit gammy,
You
don't
brought it. I like how you brought a gammy spoon for someone else.
Well, I also brought plastic spoons.
I
In
know.
case they were too gammy.
I know.
Trying
We
to
should
think of
microwave
everything.
this for 15 seconds. And it'd be
That's way
perfect.
too long.
What?
5 to 10.
Fucking salted caramel. I don't
Microwave
Wait,
it for
the ice
15
cream.
seconds and
Wait
then
a
drink
bit.
it.
No, waiting's too long. I agree. But
Waiting's
it's
too long?
It's like 5 seconds. 5 seconds. and
This
then-
is
and then-
rock solid though.
Well, yeah, that's why you don't wait.
Oh,
People laughing at you.
I feel like I can chip off a good chunk if I hit it the right.
But
Yeah, dude, you can look at my. Oh,
Alright, I'm gonna get Jeff.
Alfredo's got calorie
Ready,
count.
son?
yeah, I'm
Here we
taking a look
go.
at like. Oh,
Got some shaving.
so hard.
Oh, it's getting in my eyes.
I'm getting a lot of it.
Not in mine.
oh, it's all over me.
Tasty.
It's not coming
That
off.
was a chunk.
It worked.
Ow.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at like
That's
my
delicious.
my old notes of when I
Like a
was
chocolate hand.
when I was working out, and like on a training day, my goal was 3,500 calories, 500 grams of carbs, and 165 grams of protein.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say 500 grams of protein, and my head almost exploded. Because I looked it up, and like I was just curious, like what is like max end like protein that you should try and consume in a day, and it ranges from recommended for like someone trying to lose fat, gain muscle was 0.8 to 1.5 grams of protein per pound.
Yeah.
So like at 185. It's
Going
like
in my head.
it's like 250 grams of protein, which is kind of a lot.
Yeah.
And I thought you were about to say 500.
No.
I was gonna be like, Jesus!
Alfredo's
Man.
pure protein.
Yeah.
It was like
I'm averaging like 200.
I was like really in shape, and like it was just I was like cut everywhere, whatnot. But I was not having fun eating because it was just like, oh, you have to eat, especially because like my metabolism is so high and I was burning so much of it. I just had to eat so much.
Yeah, that's the worst part, honestly. I hate stuffing myself.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too, like I didn't get fat from like stuffing myself. I
Eating
got fat
wasn't
because I
fun.
just
Eating
eat
was a chore.
garbage all the time. And I eat at like 2 o'clock in the
I have
morning.
ice cream in my hair.
Like
Well,
in
you asked for it.
Louisiana, where you put half the fridge.
That's
into
my
your room.
problem. That was another thing too. Like I really went on this
was
diet
a
like
nightmare.
right before Thanksgiving, and people were like, "Oh, you're fucked at Thanksgiving." I'm like, "No, I'm not," because I don't like. I like eat one plate and I'm like, I'm done. As like, it's harder when I come home and I'm like, dude, McDonald's is right there. It's right there, and it's like midnight, and now I'm like, I'm going to bed. Just going to bed. I just go to bed and I don't eat.
I go to
don't
bed
eat,
hungry
like-
almost every night.
Yeah.
I can't sleep
get used
well
to it.
hungry.
You
I
get
can't
Well,
either.
as Jeremy
Have to
and I
push
were on the same
past.
page, yeah, fucking drink water, and then your
Yeah.
stomach's
Yeah.
like, it's
Pour
something.
yourselves.
It's just like I'm hungry. Drink
Alright,
water.
I'll try this
drink
black
water.
raspberry one.
But it hasn't been too bad. I will say though, you're going nuts over there. Somebody said, "Good thing it's not in the office." Yeah, it's true. Thank God.
Yeah. The chocolate hands.
I'll tell you what though. The other day we had Rudy's for lunch. Oh man,
That was delish.
that was just like brisket and turkey, man. I sucked. It's the first time I've ever had Rudy's without bread or
Hard
sauce.
to eat healthy.
Well, especially
the
working
office.
here. You can't-
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was fine with that. I'll suck down some.
I mean,
meat.
I just got a meatball sub for lunch.
Yep.
so-
I got
Oh, I'm
turkey.
so excited though.
Which did Sarah
Yeah.
reply or no?
Oh, she's ordering
Oh,
it.
thanks, Sarah.
Okay,
Thank you.
I jumped in on that too. When you
It'll
said
be
Jersey
wrong, and
Mike's.
someone will eat Trevor's.
I'm so glad you guys
What,
decided
you want
Jersey
you
Mike's
getting
instead of
Jersey Mike's?
McDonald's.
Oh.
Okay, okay.
I
I would
ordered
have.
her. I ordered you.
I would
Do
have
you
just
mind?
skipped and not
Same
eaten
here.
them.
I don't have
but
my
now
phone.
I can
We
have
should
a
tell
salad.
Sarah.
It's fucking
Same here.
bomb.
I can't do the thing at 3 that we were going to do. Because
Okay.
This is definitely going to go long.
All right.
What?
And I'm
This?
sorry.
Lindsay
Yeah.
cannot
If we can reschedule to
do
Monday, that'd be
the.
great.
I'm gonna say
I know what you're talking
thing.
about. Get out
I'm
of
gonna say
here.
thing.
no way I will
5
make
minutes.
it. If I have to
At
be there at 3,
3.
it's like downtown.
I mean, you also don't have to do the post show.
All right, Lindsay.
Yeah, that's true.
Lindsay cannot do the thing.
You could be out of here.
you
in
could.
30
I already
minutes.
sent it.
Yeah.
Be out of here in 30 minutes. I
Monday
mean, really,
would be
you could
better.
leave now.
It's
You don't
sad.
have to
There's
stay.
ice cream.
It's
30
really
cents.
important that we get that thing.
Ice cream.
Oh yeah, I
Done,
know what you're
alright.
talking about.
Yeah.
Although yesterday, I don't know how you
yeah, it
top
is.
that.
Yesterday was
Talk about.
a trip.
Can't really talk about that.
We
yet,
can't
but
talk
will.
about
Not
that.
yet.
later.
But man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I did not expect that when he
Thanks,
came
thanks,
back.
Jeff. I appreciate that.
We can
No
talk
problem. I'm
loosely
used to
about what
cleaning up
happened
together. I lived
yesterday.
with
You know
couple
what
years.
though? Thinking about this, Lindsay's talking about she's got to go do something at 3. It's important to keep track of the time.
Ah,
Hey.
Me undies.
that
That's
was
right. Pull up your MeUndies and get ready for the Movement ad read. This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Movement. There's no one who disrupts the status quo and looks good doing it quite like the team over at Movement Watches. Their startup team has made Movement the fastest growing watch company in the world, and tons of people are wearing their products, including us, for good reason. And now it's time to give yourself something special for the holidays this year, or someone else. Movement has great products from their sunglasses to their watches. You can't go wrong with any of their items. I personally love their Hustle watch. It's so sleek and looks great. It's made to impress. I always get a ton of compliments on my Movement gear. As much as we all love our screens, the fact is they're draining on your eyes. So check out Movement's Everscroll glasses that protect your eyes from harmful blue light so you can keep on gaming. You'll also look great doing it. Their Everscroll lenses come in a ton of different frames and styles, so there's a fit for everyone. Movement did all the hard work this holiday season so you wouldn't have to, and they made awesome gift boxes and packages. If you need help giving the perfect gift this season but don't know where to start, the guys and gals over at Moving Watches got your back. They've curated all of their favorite styles into special gift boxes for you, so you can absolutely crush this holiday season without the added stress. Get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/offtopic. Check out their latest styles at mvmt.com. Go to mvmt.com/offtopic. Join the movement and get your presents early, man. You know, it's already what's today? The 7th?
The 7th.
Dude, holidays are upon us, man.
Yep.
People
Get to ordering.
Just
people
under 2
keep
weeks. 3
asking
weeks.
us to talk about the fact that Fortnite's being sued for stealing dances from people.
Oh, right.
I don't give a shit.
I mean, I don't know anything about it.
I don't really know enough about it.
I did hear about
Some
that.
rapper said
taking, like,
some rapper
popular-
sued him for stealing a
I mean,
dance. or
just
something.
pay for the dance and be done with it, right?
It's true.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's
Or
pretty
maybe
Fortnite
easy.
they
could be
didn't
like,
steal it, or
"Ah,
they
here you go."
did. I don't know.
I mean, it's pretty easy. If it's like, I mean, I get they do a lot of like meme stuff.
I still have shit in my head.
I'm sure you do. They do a lot of
yeah,
meme
right.
stuff. Like, hey, that's a popular meme, and then they put it in the game because
You want some more?
it's
people love that
nice ice
stuff.
cream.
But
It's stuck.
if it's like somebody's dance, just buy the dance from them.
Yeah,
Just
most
like,
of it.
here's
I mean, yeah.
buy the
don't-
rights to use
Don't break
this.
copyright
We
laws.
covered shows already.
license it.
Sugar Ray.
It's not that hard. Pretty big company too. So probably pretty easy.
Fortnite's crazy.
Probably pretty easy to like
Do you know?
pay someone
I saw a stat the other
$100 for a
day.
dance or something.
I saw a stat the other day that was interesting. Well, it was some rapper, so he probably wants more than that. But
I mean, whatever. Then don't use that one guy's dance. I don't know what to tell
yeah, or
you,
maybe
you know?
they
You got-
didn't.
you got
I
50
really,
million
I saw the
dances.
headline and I didn't care enough to read
Pay
it.
for it.
I don't care about dancing, so
Everybody loves dancing, Frylock. Soccer team.
Everybody loves dance.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Damn it. Did you try?
Talking about Fortnite.
Did the?
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Lindsay, continue.
Oh no, you're right. I was just wondering if the kid who did the floss dance for Katy Perry, because that was definitely one of the dances that started. Does he own that dance?
The flossing it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
fair,
The
I think
backpack kid.
any
Yes.
like kid doing a dance that's in Fortnite is probably fine with it.
Okay.
I'm guessing. I don't want to put that on everyone.
Dude, I'm
I think most
trying
kids
to-
like that's my dance. Pay me $2
Stop
million.
paving.
I'm
Jeff.
trying to see the kid that came up with the Orange Justice get paid. All right,
Yeah.
put that kid through college.
So there was a stat that came out recently
justice.
that said that Fortnite has, I think, I'm gonna get
exercise.
these numbers wrong, but I
you
think
will.
it was. I got my shoes from the Vans store, Vans.com. I think it was 85 million monthly players in Fortnite right now, which seems like a staggering figure, and it is. And then I saw like 2 weeks later, Minecraft has something like 120 million players a month.
Damn.
So
going
Fortnite is
strong.
fucking huge, and it's definitely like the cultural zeitgeist game.
Yep.
Big words
You know,
again.
more power to them. Great, congratulations. They've definitely hit on something
these
that
words are
appeals to a billion people,
made up
and we
words.
enjoy playing the game,
Can't
even
tell
though
me
you,
words
as an
I don't
audience,
know.
do not ever want us to play it, no matter how much we like it. But yeah, it's still Minecraft's still like very quietly in the background going, that's cute. That's cute.
I feel like there will
Talk to me
be-
when you get to 120 million.
I feel like we are stepping into a time where Achievement Hunter and Fortnite could live together, and that's because
Well, they announced the creator.
yeah,
mode.
the creator mode where you can go in, you can just build your own server,
shit.
and then from there it's just like, all right, Matt, go to the races. You know what I mean? Come up with some crazy.
Ryan lets him.
Yeah, Ryan lets.
I mean, we did a really cool things to do, that bounce box one that we really enjoyed. But, nobody
How's
watched
that
it.
laser beam fuck doing with his Fortnite?
Ridiculous. Absurd. Mr. Fortnite.
He owns half of Australia now.
Wow.
yeah.
7 million subs?
Yeah, he crossed. He's probably like 8
Food
by
and
now.
30.
Yeah.
That was
He gets a
couple
million.
days
He gets a
ago.
million subs every 3 hours.
We have to pay
Yeah.
him for the
impressive.
Blessed
It's a lot of
Live
stuff
Stream,
for an hour.
actually.
It's crazy. I saw him. He crossed 7 million, and then not even knowing any of the context, but it's like it's just fucking cool, like how far Landon's come, and like Landon did great out the gate. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like Landon was like boom,
And then he had a
And then he sat
He had a
there.
rough year where he was just
had-
getting nothing.
Even before that though, like he boomed to 1 million, did really really well. Then had like a dank year. He was getting boned by.
He had a
like,
bad
all the-
year,
Yeah,
but
and I
he
was
fucking
like,
he
give
fought
up.
through it.
YouTubes and
Don't make any more
everything.
videos.
He
Pack
fought
it
through
in.
it, and now it's like. And
Yeah,
then,
it's awesome.
so passing his 7 million, I saw him tweeting something like, "Hey, you know, use my code laser beam in the Fortnite
Laser
store."
beam.
And I was like, "You got a code in the Fortnite store." That's
Yeah.
when Fortnite's like, "Can we please do a code with you?"
And I know we
With
give
his-
that kid
with
a
his-
lot of shit. He's kind of like the Achievement Hunter little brother, who now is a bit more successful than all of
He's
us.
the little brother that should fucking come take us out to a fancy dinner and buy all our goddamn food.
He's the little brother who you used to play football with in the backyard. Now he's in the NFL.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's cute.
And you're like, "Hey, little bro, I'm behind on my car payments. Can you help me
But
out?
I fucking love Landon, and I'm so happy for his success.
Yeah.
What couldn't have happened to a harder working, nicer kid? Except for maybe Gavin. I'm still waiting for him to have
I
his
feel like there's a
success.
punchline here, but it's not.
Someday,
Maybe one
it's
day.
all going to come together for you one day.
Is Alec Baldwin the oldest Baldwin?
7
No,
million.
I don't think so. Yes,
Oh,
he is. Yes, he is the
damn
oldest.
it.
He's
I
the
was
oldest.
like, that'll work.
Him or William, but I think it's him.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Like that's a kid. That's a great example of a kid who busted his ass through good times and bad, and who's reaping the rewards of it. I mean, it's lightning in a bottle, but and super hard to replicate.
And he's very likable.
But he's super
He's
great.
just really ugly though.
Oh, he's hard to look at. He is hard to look at.
He is quite
sure.
loud.
I wish he would
sure.
wear like a
I'll tell you
burqa,
this.
but
Tell you this, his very handsome brother, who we all
his
enjoy.
family's gorgeous.
His family's gorgeous.
Brother,
Sister's
sister,
very pretty.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
his
but
brother's
I'm
very
not talking
handsome.
about his sister. I was talking about like working out and stuff, and his brother like replied to one of my tweets because he's a ripped, muscular, like sexy Australian dude.
No.
And then I replied.
they all are.
I replied to him, and I was like, "Good advice from the good-looking Ecot." Ecot. I think it's Eckett.
Eckett. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I was like, "Good
Take it,
advice."
fuck it, suck it.
He's gorgeous.
Going back though, on somewhat related, you
Not
said
mine.
dank is like a negative term.
I just used the wrong word.
I mean, like
I mean,
it
like,
works
it
because
used to be used more as like gross.
Well,
right?
now it's
Yeah,
like
well, for
it's
us,
like
it's, like,
shit,
positive.
but good.
Yeah.
I mean, it still means shit, but people like love shit.
Oh,
Well,
fuck.
no,
Somebody
for
reminded me
me-
of James Buckley. He DM'd me the other day, and I need to get
You
back.
gotta
to him.
stop ignoring the guy.
I wasn't ignoring him. I just was
Dude,
busy in the middle of
he's
stuff.
shooting White Gold season 2 right now.
Is he?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's awesome. I love James. I just
he's
need.
got
I need to
the
get back.
weird, creepy mustache, and he's like,
I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
DM him back right now. I'm gonna
Yes.
respond to him.
who's Chuck Bass?
He's been what?
Chuck Bass.
Chuck Bass,
Help me out, Jeff.
bass fishing.
Chuck Bass.
He throws out them
Gossip Girl.
the rods.
Chuck Bass.
Guys,
Oh, Chuck.
Good
What's his name? The guy that had the Me Too thing.
Yeah. Well, that was
What
the,
is his name?
I can't remember, but that was the whole reason why they weren't doing a season 2. Is they were like, oh, this
It
allegation.
got put
know
on
exactly
hold. It got put on
Yeah.
hold.
what that whole deal was.
Yes.
Well, the whole deal was it was like they looked into it and said like there was no like credible evidence.
Well,
or
they
any
said there
kind
was
of, like-
evidence to support that it did not, in fact, happen. So the allegations were not. true.
Everything got dropped like from a like investigative standpoint. So then they picked the show back up.
Jackie was telling me last night. She was like, "Oh,
Ed Westwick.
There we go.
Yes.
Westwick. Westwood.
Westwick.
Westwick?
Westwick.
Yeah.
Westwick. Yeah.
Ed
West
Westwick.
Wing.
Yeah.
what was it?" Jackie was telling me because she keeps up to date with all this stuff. But like, Kevin Hart was supposed to host the Golden Globes, and then people went.
Was it the Golden Globes or was it the Oscars? It was the
Oscars, yeah.
Yeah.
And then people like dug through his tweets and found some bad stuff, and
He said some real shitty things. It
Yeah.
was like 2010, 2011.
yep.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
And then he stepped down from hosting.
I could probably
He
look
had
it
a
up. But
response
what
though. It
did
was
he
like,
say?
look, if you think I haven't changed in 8 years, then you're crazy. It's like everyone's changing all the time. Everyone's becoming better.
It is a weird point in time where people are now held accountable for every mistake they've made in their
Yeah,
lives.
and I'm sure the people digging through his tweets, I mean, to dig through their own past, they'd find some stuff that's not acceptable now. But
Yeah.
because it's an
I
A-lister
had
and
to
it's
delete all my
online.
dick pics. That's how I started off Twitter. I was like, this won't take off.
Dude, like I'm so like in that regard, like honestly, like and shit, I see it the most. You see it the most with like I do anyway, with like professional athletes. Damn. Because like you farting again. Professional athletes are like they're snapped up when they're like 19, 20, 21. You know what I mean? So it's like what the fuck is his name? You just said Oscars. Who were we talking about?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's like 40.
Ed Westwick.
He's,
Yeah, he's like-
I think
he's
he's
like-
43 or
Thanks.
something like that. He's like right around my
Thanks,
age.
John.
And so he's like, this is like 8 years ago, and the guy was like early 30s, right, when these tweets came out. You're talking about, and it's like, people can change in that amount of time, but it's like, okay, you're talking about a guy in your 30s. I see shit all the time with like athletes where it's like someone gets drafted, they're on a team, whatever, a year goes by, they're like 21, and then it's like, oh yeah, 5 years ago you said all this racist, like homophobic stuff on Twitter. It's like, you were 16 though. Like, not that it totally excuses it, but like, dude, being a teenager and having like I'm gonna do whatever I want, say whatever I want at all times, and it's like you don't have
Yeah.
the ramification
with
there
way less people
of like
watching
your
as well.
future.
When I
where
was-
now you're huge and famous, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna go dig through everything you made. I'm so fucking thankful I didn't like get like I'm the age I am, where like all that shit started like after I was done being a fucking complete idiot. Just like
When we were in London for, I guess it was probably for RTX, I was watching Big Brother on TV, in the hotel room. I think it must have been like the first or second episode. And there was some girl who was like 19 or 20 years old, and they put her in that little testimonial room. Somewhere Ben King could explain this way better than me. And they were like, "Hey, look at this paper. Are these tweets you made when you were 15 years old?" And she was like, "Yeah, I said that shit when I was 15." They're like, "Okay, cool, you're off the show." And they're like,
Wow,
she's
really?
like, "What?" And they're like, "Go out that other door. You don't even get to go back to collect your stuff. We'll have like people pack it and send it your way." She didn't even get to say goodbye to anybody or anything. They just kicked her off the show. And you know that a lot of that shit it's done for TV.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, and she was like, "I said that when I was like 15 years old." And they're like, "Yep, you're gone."
Well, I think it's an interesting gauge because I do agree that there's things that like you just shouldn't think, period. And granted, like, yeah, there's the naivete of being younger, but there's people who said things like in their 30s and whatnot, and they're like, I you know, it was a while ago. I'm like, okay, all right, but like at that age, I feel like you should. What is interesting though is like looking at it from the perspective of the time period in which it happened and going, okay, let's look at the progress that we've made as a society or even a country since then and what is socially acceptable to say
Yeah.
and what is not socially acceptable to say and frame it in that light.
I mean, you go back and like, I'm a child of the 70s and 80s, which is a little bit before y'all, but like, I was watching Monster Squad with Millie, not this Halloween, but the last Halloween, which is a movie that I remember coming out. I remember seeing it with my friends. I remember being a family-friendly movie. I remember loving it and running around going Wolfman as Nards for my entire childhood. And wanted to share it with Millie, and I show it to her. And in the first 10 minutes, they say faggot like 3 times. And I have to stop and be like, listen, people don't talk like that. And she's like, yeah, I know. I would never say that. I don't know why they're saying it in the movie. And I'm like, that's just the way the world was.
Was it Jack that said Bill and Ted has it as
Yeah.
well? But it's
Yeah.
like
Hard F.
and I keep hearing the word problematic in terms of like stuff is aging problematically, and it's like like Friends, you know, it's just like all of the white people in the world dating other white people,
Yeah.
and it's like nowadays it's like there's no diversity in that show, and I guess like now it's aged problematically, but it's like at the time. I guess that was like what people were watching. People like
We were
white
so
people were
used to
watching
it.
white people on TV, and there wasn't this focus put into
true.
diversity that
Yeah.
is now.
Not
It's
to
like,
say-
it doesn't mean
Friends.
that it was an awful show. It just means it was not ahead of its time in any
I
way.
would
I
say
don't
that
know
that's
And it's not great.
It's an example of like the problem existing, but it was so commonplace that really no one registered it. It was like, okay, clearly there's a lack of diversity, but that was not even an issue because we were so used to this.
Yeah.
It was an issue. It's just like there wasn't the attention drawn to
Exactly.
it. Like there wasn't. There was no
Well,
one working towards making that
because
better.
people that weren't represented didn't have representation.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And now people are much more aware of it. and they
Oh,
can
yeah,
make-
Are
BET.
y'all old enough to
Damn
remember?
straight
Yeah,
we did.
BET.
Are you guys old
Soul
enough?
Train.
What are people saying yikes to me for? What did I do? Are people old enough to remember when Ellen came out on her show? Her sitcom.
I've seen the clip.
The sitcom, not her show.
Not the
and how
sitcom, no.
big of a fucking deal that was, and how there was a storm of like advertisers leaving, and it was like it's so crazy to think that like just saying you're gay publicly, like it's crazy to think in 2018, but like fuck, I grew up in an age where people were scared, didn't say that they were gay because they were scared they would get beat to death.
Or
you
killed.
know?
Yeah.
Or killed. It's like, it's so fucking crazy to think how far we've come in my lifetime. I'm 43 years old. I can't remember the first 3 or 4 years, but like in the 40 years that I can remember of life, how far we've come as a society.
And I feel like
crazy.
even in the time I've been working here, we've come a long way in terms of like stuff said and stuff, you know. all that stuff.
Yes, I am embarrassed by everything I did 5 years before and 5 years before that, and like in 5-year increments. Like you just look at your own personal growth as a human being. Hopefully, you have growth.
Yep.
It's fucking crazy how
That's why
fast the world is changing.
I was totally on the side of Kevin Hart when he made that apology. I was like, yeah, everyone changes, everyone gets better. If you like put that effort in, and he seems to have done that.
I think it was maybe Macy's Thanksgiving parade. I can't remember which parade it was recently, but there was a section from a Broadway show. I can't remember the name of the show. But in it, it's all these kids going to prom, and one couple is a lesbian couple, and they had a moment that happens in the show where they share a kiss, okay, whatever. But it was broadcast, and it was kind of awesome, in my opinion. Again, just kind of thinking about growing up where that would be not acceptable at all. It just wouldn't happen. That it did happen, and that all of like the backlash that happened because of it was totally overridden by this huge wave of support and people going like, no, sorry, like
Yeah.
this is what's gonna happen now.
That's what it was literally like. I was talking about this and like, you know, like gay marriage being legal, right? Like I remember when it happened in America, right? And it was like, oh, awesome. And even just like a few years later, now it's like, how is that just a thing? Like recently, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy to think about now. Like it's only been a few years, you know what I mean? Like it's nuts. And then we're watching fucking Super Drag last night, and I was just like, literally that moment in that show where it's like the show, it's an animated show. It's for adults. It's like 16 and over. But it's an animated show about 3 homosexual coworkers that are drag queens and superheroes that
That sounds awesome.
defend the like LGBTQ community, and
From Shade.
and everyone in it is just gay to the extreme, but it's all drag gay, and it's all like people of like the main characters are all like RuPaul drag like alumni.
Shangle is in
and
it.
the whole show is all them calling each other bitches, like, bitch, what the fuck did you say about? They're all like talking about their nails and shit. And the opening of the show is there's a concert from this woman. What's her name? It was like Gilda or something like that. She's putting on this concert, and they're like, all these gay bitches are flocking to her concert. That's them, like, yeah. And then there's one bus, like it's like it's like a fan bus getting driven there, and someone hijacks it, and they're like super drags, you have to save the bus, it's been hijacked. And it's a guy driving, he's like, I'm gonna kill all these homos, and it's just a guy in a mask. He's like, I'm gonna drive them, I'm killing myself, and he's trying to like drive off a cliff, and it's them trying to save them, but still just being like, it's just pure drag in the process of it. Like, eventually they can't do it. The bus drives off a cliff and it's in the water. And then they're like arguing about going down because they don't want to get their hair wet. It's like, bitch, I'm not getting my hair wet. I just did my nails. It's like, and then some like one of the gay guys on the bus is like, save my bitch ass, I'm drowning. And like the show's super colorful and it's just so flamboyant and gay. And I saw it. I'm like, this should be interesting. Started watching it without Lindsay. And I was like, you gotta watch this fucking show.
And it's called Super Drag.
I think it's called
Netflix.
Super Drag.
It's
There's
Netflix, not
there's
Hulu.
literally
watching that tonight.
literally a scene. One of the super drags, the bus is underwater. She goes in to save the guy who like is like, I'm killing these homos, and he drives the bus up, and he's like passed out underwater. And she goes to save him, and she unbuckles his belt, and he's got a huge dick. Like, it's in his pants, but it flops out, and she goes, and then grabs it, and then saves him. And I was like, what am I watching?
Jesus, all right.
Then she fucking pulls the guy out, and she's like, you piece of shit, da-da-da. Pulls his mask off, and the guy's fucking gorgeous, and she's like, oh my God. And then they're like, what happened to the terrorist, whatever? She's like, I had to let him go. Girl, he was too pretty. Like, it is absurd. It is an absurd show. I couldn't believe it.
Somebody says it's a gay version of Drawn Together. I don't know what that show is.
I didn't really see that. For that
I don't know,
kind of
like, Drawn
level,
Together
but it's like, it almost seemed to me like a drag version of Powerpuff Girls is more what it seems like.
Yes, it is.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
The best bars I've ever been to have been gay bars.
Yeah.
100%.
When I
Every
was divorcing
Such good
from
vibes.
my first wife, Sarah, and before I met Griffin and before I started dating Griffin and then eventually married her and divorced her, just to complete the line, I was really good friends with this lady, this lesbian woman named Chelsea, and we used to hang out like 6-7 days a week. And she was like the stereotypical like hot lesbian that all other lesbians were in love with. So she was out like every night just like getting attention. And I would always go with her and hang out. And then at some point she would be too busy to talk to me because she'd be surrounded by hot muff. And so I would go over to like, we'd go to this gay bar in Austin that was like one side was for gay women and the other side was for gay dudes. Like they self-segregated for some reason. But they had a pool table on the gay guy side. And they just had karaoke on the gay girl side, and I don't like karaoke, but I like to play pool. So I played pool 5 nights a week with gay dudes for like a year. It was the best pool I've ever played. First off, gay dudes can play a lot of pool. And secondly, it was so much more fun to be hanging out at that gay bar with all those people. Just like, I don't know. Everybody was just like normal and comfortable, and nobody's like...
Yeah, because what happens, you go to like...
putting on a front, or it was just felt like the most welcoming and warm and place. And at no point did I ever feel... objectified or anything. It was just like a warm environment to be a part of.
You go to like a bar or a club and it's just like dudes mugging other dudes and like people just trying to like fuck each other in the most raunchiest ways, and
usually dudes being mad creepy on girls.
Yeah,
too.
and I'm just like, there's this place called Toad Hall in San Francisco because I used to live in the Castro when I moved out of my house. And I would go there every once in a while, and it would just be good vibes. Everyone's there, like having a good time, saying hi to each other. It helped that they had 90s pop playing at all times. That was great. And then they had 80s nights. So it's like good music, good vibes, good people. And Yeah, that's a good time.
So going back to like the welcoming environment or feeling like people can be open, for me that was community theater, in like I guess early 2000s into me graduating high school, which was 2007, and that was where all the kids that I knew who especially were like forced to go to church or lived in very very conservative households were able to express themselves completely and especially have relationships. Like I knew several people who were like, this is the only place I can see my boyfriend. I'm like, once I go home, I'm straight again. I was like, that sucks. I'm sorry.
It's we've come so far, but then you see like the dipshits in Wisconsin who take their fucking junior prom photo doing like 45 fucking kids, all but one, doing a fucking Heil Hitler, you know?
And that's pretty blatant too, but someone did point out in chat, and I have to agree, is like that's a blatant example of shittiness that unfortunately I think is a little bit on the rise now. But there's also the example of people doing really, really shitty things or saying shitty things, but because they say it in the most like well-structured or like framed PC way, they get away with it. I'm like, no, we can't have that either.
I will say the thing that I took away from that was the next day protest, the amount of love and support that people showed, and they went and they had the huge protest on the steps where the kids took the photo. Was really cool.
It's
and inclusive.
I mean, it's hard. Man. It's hard with like I've had experiences of racism in my life before. And it's hard just sitting there trying to be the bigger person and just kind of swallowing that pill that no matter what you say, it's not going to change this person's like perspective. You could give facts or perspective or whatnot, but that person's not there to have a conversation with.
I have seen those opinions change. I experienced it a bunch in the Army. I've met a lot of racist people in the Army who people who started out racist in the Army who weren't by the end of it. It's like turns out just like spending time with other people, you get to learn that people are just fucking people and that we're not that different, and it doesn't matter what you want to put your dick or your vagina on or into or what color you are when you do it.
It's where I was coming from is the people that you have just through in passing. It's just like that's a difficult thing. That's an uphill climb, and a lot of times it's safer for you and the people around you or whoever you're with to not engage, just because
Usually for me, that's online interactions. It's like Rando on Twitter who's telling me that women have it absolutely equal to men in this world. I'm like, okay, I don't have time for this. You'll figure it out. There's plenty of information out there.
I watch the world through the lens of my daughter, and my daughter doesn't have it equally. At least in my experience. I mean, I watch every time she tries to play a video game, and she's like, why do I have to play as a boy? And I'm like, ugh, that's a good
Not
point.
even that. It was like, I can point to multiple articles about like examples of why women still have it shitty in this world in comparison to men, not even in America, but other countries as well. I'm like, shit, Tokyo University is a great example recently where they openly admitted to not accepting female applicants for decades because they wanted to be men.
That was like
really
a couple months ago.
Oh.
That was like 2 months ago or something.
Like, all right, cool.
Yeah, they were like, we just kind of like ignored those. Even like regardless of if they were like the highest test scores, they were like, we just wanted more dudes.
Brad Tackett said that what I'm saying is why he believes there should be a 2-year mandatory service. I totally fucking agree. I think Germany has it right. In Germany, you have to do mandatory service when you turn 18. Doesn't have to be the military. It can be like being a nurse. But you have to serve the country in some way.
I think that's great as well, just
totally
for work ethic in general.
And not only that, but
agree.
I give a shit about America because I served in the military and because I learned to, and because I got that perspective. And to do some form of service that's not for you but for the greater good, I think everyone should experience in their lives.
I can dig it.
Yeah. Now I'm also pretty close to a pacifist the older I get, and I wouldn't want to serve in the military again, even though I did it for 5 years because I would never want to harm somebody. But as long as there's an outlet for people that don't believe in that, like, social service.
Yeah.
I also just like growing, like I grew up in a very, very ghetto part of San Francisco, and it's just like, it was unfortunate that instead of everyone of color in that neighborhood trying to like progress, we're all at each other's like throats, like, just out of pride or territory or stupid shit. And so like instead of fighting
Extra division.
we were dividing ourselves. Unfortunately, so it gets tough.
Well, I guess mandatory service doesn't exist anymore in Germany. I only knew about it through Griffin's brother's wife, Sylvia. She had to do mandatory
It
service
certainly
when she was
exists in
younger.
some countries still.
But it used to, and I thought it was awesome. And it did exist for men and women, somebody asked. So I guess it just doesn't anymore.
Everyone pisses the bed.
It's true.
Of any color.
Sometimes,
Some
some people more than others.
that percentage lowers down once you pass, I'm assuming, like 20.
I
I
like
don't know
to
that.
say,
So I bet there's some people that goes up.
Somebody tweeted,
Similar.
somebody said, how could you hate dick if you haven't tasted it? Excellent point.
It's true. Yeah. Similar sentiment, but a better way to think about it is even Beyonce shits.
Yeah, but we don't know if she shits the bed.
No.
She probably doesn't poop her pants when she's
Beyonce,
sleeping.
that's a lot of woman. Like if Beyonce walked into the room and was like, "Take me," like
Sorry, ejaculate.
I wouldn't know what to do.
I am not man enough.
I will admit, like
I do not qualify here.
Yeah, the two women who I would like, if I had the opportunity, you would jump at the chance because they're goddesses. But like, I don't think I am man enough for Beyonce or Rihanna.
yeah,
It breaks my heart because I am in love with Rihanna and have been ever since that video you and I
I was
used to
like, I can't.
run
Just
this
like,
down.
how do you like? I just stand there, like, how do I attack this? From what angles? Like, I don't.
Not.
She attacked you.
Don't. You just run away.
Speaking of attacking, let's check out a clip from this week's Achievement Hunter where maybe Jeremy fights something.
Oh my goodness.
If he's in this one.
Hey, Bruno. The men who were with me have left. It's you and me now. I have a daughter. She's younger than you were. Give me a sign. That was you assholes moving upstairs, right?
No, we're not moving upstairs at all. Affirmative, we have not moved in like at least 10 minutes. We were not moving either.
Okay, I definitely just got it.
Kind of noises that sounded like furniture was being moved upstairs.
Furniture.
We saw that clip earlier too. We watched it, and it's just like a weird edit for me. I was like, furniture.
I got a text from Jeremy.
And then like I get killed. What did he say?
say?
What
He
did
sent
Jeremy
me a
say?
picture that hasn't loaded. I assume it's a picture.
Yes.
That's amazing timing. The picture hasn't loaded, and the text says, "What the fuck?" We got it full circle. We got it.
Is he just gonna
That's
punch me in the face?
amazing.
when I
Maybe.
walk in?
That's incredible.
Oh no!
Yes.
Are you on the network? It hasn't loaded yet.
Oh,
I mean, I
fuck.
know what it is.
Yeah, just
but
get off the network.
I want to see if maybe like he smashed it or something,
Yeah.
or like your desk is broken again.
Good odds are
That's
you
amazing.
did.
That's really funny.
We're gonna go back in the room and there's just gonna be a crater. Where and then a sledgehammer laying on the ground.
Oh Lord.
Well, I guess we should go check on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better get
All
to
right,
it.
Well,
Oh, side
thanks
note
for
too,
joining us.
real quick. Someone said Beyonce's an old woman, so who cares? Bitch, you can still be beautiful whatever age you are. So
Also,
who
she's
cares?
not old.
Like,
Yeah.
Dude,
fine,
you think I would
like fine wine, I would sip
old is
that down
Beyonce?
on a
She like
Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, are you kidding? I would kill everybody at the table for a chance at Susan Sarandon, and she's in her 60s.
yeah, fair enough.
Fuck off.
I'm not
Dude,
a
Susan
fan,
Sarandon.
but yeah, she's got it going on.
That's a woman.
You know.
yeah.
You got a Susan
I
Sarandon
do.
thing?
You know where I fall on Susan Sarandon.
I do.
You love her.
I would fucking take a sword for her.
Goldie Hawn?
Get them together. Oh, that's dude. That fucking SNL like Mother Lovers.
Oh yeah.
Susan Sarandon. Oh, anything she's in. I'm just
Who's
like,
the other woman in that?
I don't remember because
Ron Swanson's first wife in Parks and Rec. Can't remember her. She's beautiful too. That's it. Old women are great.
All right, well, let's go get
Ed
Gavin.
Westwick.
Judi Dench.
That was it.
Let's go get Gavin killed.
That's
All right.
it. Well, we'll watch.
You know you want to click that dirty link.